Again.
Then of
Yeah,
Thames.
hello, everyone.
Hello,
Hello.
Sheriff.
Technical difficulties, everybody. Gotta love it. So I'm back again with my friends, and we're gonna continue on from where we originally left off with the first part of this stream. And in case everyone had originally missed it, go ahead and introduce yourself, guys, one by one.
All right. I'll start. I'm G McFly.
I'm Detective Irish.
Is the other guy gonna finally say his name or
And
what?
the sheriff.
Come on, Sheriff.
Don't be
Oh,
shy.
he's talking. I think he's talking
The
to his
sheriff
wife.
could be busy.
He might be.
I don't see you on YouTube.
Say it says
I don't
I'm
see-
live.
Then of Thames. Yeah, it says you're live, but it's not in my notification.
That is weird.
We might have to refresh your page because I do see it on my end. It's
Oh.
yeah, there you go.
Wait,
Now it's
I hear
live.
Sheriff.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, wife just came home.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So, I am likely to have to disappear very soon because
There we go. So you guys can see this.
preparation to be functional tomorrow.
His nickname is Houdini.
Here, guys, let me.
Oh, is that the nickname you gave me? Is it?
No, I'm just making a joke.
Oh, I was gonna
There
say.
you go,
if
guys.
you
So
were
now
saying
you guys can
correct.
see the stream with us together at the same time. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, it looks like Sheriff's gonna have to leave us early.
Yeah.
It is what it
Sorry.
is there. But
Yeah, I got to suck
Unlike unlike us, apparently he has a life.
oh, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I found a not so crazy woman. That's how.
Mail ordered bride from Ireland.
Oh my lord.
More like Scotland
Yes.
than Ireland.
I'm just making a joke, Sheriff. Don't get offended.
Hey, I had to get my love of whiskey from somewhere. It had to be influenced from someone. I was on beer with that.
That's fair enough.
I suppose that's fair
mean-
enough.
In my opinion, I made the right choice because I mean whiskey's damn good, and especially if it's
Yeah.
Jameson.
I agree.
There you go, guys. You can get it
Jameson, no.
centered in the screen for you guys.
Not
There
really
you go.
feeling that one.
I mean, I've tried Jack Daniel's Black. I think. No.
Nah, Jameson went woke.
Well, I don't know about their wokeness, so it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
That is
I mean,
fair
at least
enough, I suppose.
A certain beer brand.
I'm not going to cause trouble, so I won't say the joke that I just thought of.
So, anyhow,
just-
guys, do we wish to start the video?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get it rolling. Oh no, it booted up the wrong app. Why?
Yeah.
No.
I'll
don't play
send
that.
you a DM. Sheriff, I'll send you a DM of what the joke that I thought
Isn't
was.
exactly the video
There
I
you go.
wanted to make. You know, I gotta say thank you to everybody that's come over from Review Tech USA, and also the people that are watching me on the live streams. We have over 329 members. So if you want to become a member,
Okay, we can
click the
skip
join
this
button
to
underneath. You'll
his black and white pricing.
Yeah, true, we can. Let's see. Let me pull it up real quick for you guys and just get right there.
It's just his like pricing,
Discord.
Yeah.
170. Twitch 500. PlayStation as of yesterday. let go of
Rich
900 people.
fired
And there's
me.
one more smaller company here. Review Tech USA. Let go of one person.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So
Tear dog.
what I was trying to explain the first time we were streaming, and this didn't work out, was because I don't know why, but also join the Patreon if you want to join our Discord here. But anyhow, what I was trying to say in the first time we were streaming this was that I remember when I first watched this joke, I was just laughing my butt off at it because I thought it was funny. Looking at it now is not as funny. When you first initially see the joke, it's hilarious, but it doesn't have that continuous punchline that a lot of other jokes from other channels get. No hate towards Jay.
Well,
No.
He makes pretty good videos.
Well, no,
I
just
agree.
to me, it seems like he's crying because Rich fired him, and he just wants to like rub salt in his own wound.
I suppose that's one way to look at it. But that's not the way.
Or like he wants to make it seem like, oh, it's a bad decision to fire me.
Well,
Like, no, it kind of seems like he's trying to pull like either a pity card or I'm a victim card.
well, I mean to be fair.
Well,
if you
no,
go-
just if you watch him multiple times, it just seems like he's trying to do that.
Well, to an extent, yeah. To an extent, I was gonna say.
Then again, it goes both ways. You know, what I mean, he get fired, he got laid off. I mean, it's two things right there. I mean, each one of them has his own.
Well, he names off a bunch of companies that laid off a bunch of employees, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Review Tech fired me."
Well, then, no,
Like,
he didn't say
it-
fired him. He said laid off.
Well, laid him off, but it just seems like he's trying to play like some kind of victim card. Of, oh yeah, I got laid off. By the way, what did he do that got him fired? And laid off is a very nice word for people to say that they got fired.
Exactly. That's one way to put it.
That
It's the
is
more
fair enough.
polite.
Well, it's just, why did he have to put himself on that list unless he wanted to make it seem like he's a victim? While he's talking about people getting fired and saying they're victims, and then at the last moment he's like, oh, also Review Tech laid me off. No, you got fired. And I kind of wonder, why did you get fired?
Well,
Well, I mean, that goes both ways. I mean,
I was about to say
there's already
he even
discussed.
explained it in a couple of other live streams, but we are not here to talk so much about the drama. This is us
Correct. Yeah, that's
discussing
correct.
the video.
No,
And
this
debating
is
whether or
just
not it's
my opinion on the video of him playing a victim card.
I see what you mean. The fact that he added Review Tech USA let go someone, like adding that skit to it.
Like, don't you see my point of he added it on purpose?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's taking. I mean, like I said, it's going both ways, man. He's taking shots back and forth. I mean, that's kind of how him and Rich have been doing it.
Yeah.
Now that it's calmed down, but I mean, you never know. Something like it may spark up again. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Well, that
Well,
is
no,
fair enough.
I'm not trying to create drama. It's just,
No, of course
why
not.
does him personally have to add himself to being fired / laid off in quotations? Like, no, it's just, why did you add yourself to that list of people getting fired from big companies, and
Big
then
companies. Yeah,
personally you got fired from Rich?
it's taking shots. I mean, that's.
I
But then again, let's move forward.
So I'll put it to you this way: we're not here to criticize him for this.
Yeah.
We are here.
No,
of course
well,
not.
you see
No.
my point. Well, no, you see my point of it was really unfair to him to do all that, and then at the end, he just added himself.
So I can.
Yeah, like I say,
understand.
he's just adding, a little spice to it.
Well, see, he's trying to be a little bit humorous about the discussion that he's
Yes.
having at hand, and I can understand why the joke would fall flat for you, whereas someone like me, it
Well,
didn't
just seeing
fall
it
flat.
multiple times, I think it was personal.
Well, because to an extent it was. Rich made it very personal, but again, I'm gonna go right back
Yeah.
to this, and then we're gonna continue on with the
Yeah.
video. We're
No,
not here to
we
discuss
can
the drama.
continue.
Yeah, let's move forward.
What?
Although I kind of wish he sold the joke a little bit harder than what he's doing right
Yeah.
now.
Well, I still got bigger
Not-
issues compared.
Very, very.
Like my biggest issue with the video overall is just the audio he uses for the microphone. That's my biggest issue with it. And oh, that face right there, that face.
My biggest issue is just we'll talk about it later on, but my biggest issue is that he's so freaking biased to protect Sony. Like, it's like, seriously, dude.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
very important
Go
to
that route.
say. Do you remember when the Wii U failed? Mr. Iwata, he decided to take a pay cut so nobody at Nintendo would be laid off. I just wanted to bring that up.
Which,
Just real
pause real
quickly
quick.
before I get into
Which that took a lot of courage.
PlayStation and Sony brought back the portable station, and you are not allowed to access it unless you're inside your house, connected to your PlayStation through the same Wi-Fi.
Yeah, didn't just say you can't hotspot like at a Starbucks
And
or something like that?
no, well, he's talking shit about the Wii U, but yet PlayStation did the same thing, and actually newer. They unleashed that PlayStation Portable during 2022, and it basically does the same thing a Wii U does.
Well, that is true. Well, the
Yeah,
difference
agree.
being that, well, like the biggest difference being is that the PlayStation Portal, from what I understand, like you said, has to be connected to Wi-Fi, and you can only you have to have it.
No,
close
the
by
same
system.
Wi-Fi.
Oh, the same Wi-Fi.
The same Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it didn't allow you to connect to like hotspots like at restaurants and stuff like
Which
that.
was
Wouldn't work.
the same concept as the Wii U, but yet Jay is still talking trash about the Wii U, even though PlayStation did the same thing.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah, that is fair enough. How can you argue against that? So let's continue on with the video. Oh, by the way,
Yeah. No, I just wanted to point that out, that he's talking trash about Nintendo, but yet PlayStation 2 years ago did the same actual thing that they did 12 years ago.
that is fair enough. Like I said, also I just want to make something a little extra clear that at the end of this stream, I am going to link the videos. So if you guys, everyone that watches the VODs in the future can watch the video for themselves before. I hope you guys watch the stream all the way through, and then afterwards go and watch the video and decide for yourself how you feel about it.
Yeah.
But for right now, let's continue.
Honestly, the biggest thing that I feel about it is I hate how my voice sounds.
Fair enough, I guess.
what Sony has done. This is a difficult video for me to make because I know a ton of these devs, these artists, these voice actors, the actors in the games. To see these studios laying off so many people is hard to watch, especially when you see it from an outside perspective, going like, oh, this person's been let go today and now they have no job. And let's times that by about,
Well,
I
there's
don't know,
reasons to it
6,000.
as well.
What are we,
No,
we're a
if
month
you
into
get let go from a job, maybe your job was non-essential.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
honestly, maybe you sucked at your job.
Yeah, or it was just
well, there's
overstaffed.
Well, there's a multitudes of factors that are not being
Correct.
considered here.
Yeah.
Let's not.
Well, but if you're on the chopping block for being let go of the job, they're not going to chop the head of the block. They're going to go smaller
yeah,
and then see, hey, who actually does work around here compared to, oh, I'm just sitting on my computer and I'm just doing random things.
That's also being, overstaffed too in a certain department. You got
Yeah.
people that just really are not doing anything.
Or they just really suck at their job.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean that's
that is a possibility.
Oh yeah, you have a degree in
statement.
technical issues.
but they don't prove it.
Yeah, like if I got hired for a desk job and I do 8 hours of work on the clock, but honestly, the most I'm doing is like 15 minutes of work, then
we
yeah,
need you.
I should definitely be fired.
Well, again, like I said, it's a fair enough statement.
Yep.
But anyhow,
No.
let's continue on the video because I have some criticisms
Yeah,
of
let's
my own
continue.
too.
No.
But it's later
Also,
into
we
the
have
video.
more videos.
We have one
let's-
more
let's
video
move on.
afterwards.
2024, and there's
Oh, I thought
around
we had two more.
6,000 people that have been let go.
Oh, you
This
said we
year
had
is
two
going to be
more.
tough. So it was announced by Sony yesterday they'd be letting go of 900 people from studios across the board. They'd be shutting down one major studio in the UK that did some of those SingStar games with the microphone, which I've never played, and that's
I want to know what games he's talking about. Is he talking about Garage? What was it? Guitar Hero? Or are we talking about Hero Band? Like what? Because those
Yeah,
are
those
only
were two.
the only two I can think of. Because Rocksmith was made by Ubisoft.
Guitar Hero and Rock Band. Not
think-
Hero
yeah, I
Band,
think-
it was Rock Band.
I think Rock Band was more multi-platform.
No, Hero was the PSP version.
Yeah.
Rock Band Hero.
That's true.
That was a PSP version.
Well, that is. Yeah, that is true. Like I said, oh my God! Every time I pause, I just get a brand new face that is just hysterical. It's like, oh, I should have made that the thumbnail. Oh, I should have made that one the thumbnail.
Honestly,
It's always-
what
yeah,
I
it's
hate
always
the
gonna
most
happen.
is before the legalization of marijuana, he looks like the kind of dude that you would like text, and then he would tell you to meet him somewhere to buy some weed, and he just seemed like the sketchiest dude ever.
You're the go-to guy.
I mean,
Well, he's the go-to guy, but he's like the kind of guy that has a lizard or a reptile in his house.
he might have a lizard.
No,
for
he's
all I
got
know.
a cat.
Oh,
No,
you
I swear he might have a snake in his house.
well,
He looks like a snake guy.
he might. For all we
He
know.
was some sort of reptilian.
Well, no, just on the looks of me before the legalization, he looks like the kind of dude that has like a reptile, but he wants to sell you weed.
Yeah,
That's so mean.
shows up with a snake in his neck.
No, it's
Oh.
not mean. It's just that's the look in the like 2010s.
He's supposed to be going for the 80s look. Like, he's big into the 80s and 90s dress
Yeah.
code.
But
Yeah.
he just doesn't pull it off.
Yeah,
Damn.
everybody's got their own opinion on it.
Oh, that's a
No,
fact.
well, it's a fact of like I've seen like people that want to look like they're in the 80s, but they don't have red hair like freaking their Mary-Kate and Ashley
Yeah.
Oh,
or what's that one chick that got in trouble for doing coke?
That's
She was in Herbie. She was also in the Parent Trap remake.
oh
I'm forgetting her name.
yeah. I think I know what you're talking about, but
Well, you can visualize who I'm talking about. I just can't.
correct. Yeah, that's
figure
I
out
can
her
see the
name.
visual. I just the name I just can't
Yeah,
get. It's been a
escaping.
while.
yeah, I can't think of the name either. So, well, let's continue
It's not a
on.
knock to the studio. They must
Yeah.
have been pretty impressive. But back in the day, they also handled one of the Getaway games, which I actually really enjoyed. It was kind of a competition game against Grand Theft Auto. But yep, that's no more. And what's also really sad was that Jim Ryan was just at the studio like 5 days ago, I guess having a celebration.
Another thing I wanted to say real quick that I didn't get the chance to say was I was trying to talk about the audio. I don't quite know if he's using a lapel mic there. It looks like he is. And if he is, he really needs to put more sound dampening in the room he's
Yeah.
recording in, because he's getting a lot of room reflection, and it's
No, I can see his mic. It's clamped to his collar.
Yeah, he's got one of those DJI's wireless
Yeah.
ones. He doesn't have the little cushion on
No,
it,
it's
too.
not wireless. He does
it's
have
not
a
cushion.
wire.
No, it looks like that's a wireless one, because I don't see any wires going around.
Well,
No,
he does have
that
a
one's-
box, but
That one
he
is
has
wireless.
a clamp right where
Yeah.
his hair meets on his right side on his collar. You can see the mic right there.
I see a button. Oh,
No, I see a mic.
No, that's part of his jacket there.
No, it's on the very top, like right next to his neck,
Yeah.
toward his
Well, as we put
toward
in the
his
video, we'll see-
dark brown beard, and in between his red hair.
I can't see it, honestly.
I say I don't see that wire.
I can
either.
see it. No, I can see it on his collar.
It's indifferent whether or not he's got a wire and he's running it to a backpack behind him, or it's a wireless mic piece that's directly speaking to the receiver. Either way,
No, the
my point is not
Mhm.
about the microphone. It's about the fact that there's not a lot of isolation to his voice. There's a lot of room reflection.
Yeah, no, it kind of reminds me of you know that Call of Duty neck microphone that they used to have
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
during Black Ops 2 ages or Modern Warfare 3.
yeah.
Yeah, it was that like there was a neck brace and then you had the headphones on just little tiny wires.
Yeah, then
That's
you pop
what it
them out
kind
of
of
magnetic.
reminds me of. No, they're not magnetic. They were just plain wires. Like the magnetics didn't come until after that.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
But I would say though that DJI microphone that he's using is wireless, because I've seen his other streams with that same mic and it is wireless, especially when he has guests that use the same one.
Yeah, I remember a few of his streams where he had trouble with it and he had to go wired. I think he used like a
Yeah.
USB mic, and I was
He
like,
was still adjusting the settings on that one. I think he dropped one too at one of the streams, and he said he damaged it, but it ended up still working.
Honestly, I think he would have better quality if he actually showed like a microphone, like in front of him, like most streamers do, anyways.
With the
No,
arm.
No, I disagree.
Yeah, with the arm and the sound barrier thing.
No, what I think he should do is what like Glenn Fricker and a few others do, is they have a overhead mic above their head. You can't see me right now, but if you look at like the YouTube stream itself, you can see me
Yeah, it
pointing my
hangs right-
head. And what that overhead mic does is it captures the voice like the microphone in front of me here, but it's off screen, and you can use that to isolate your vocals even more. Like
I
that-
think it just comes down to the settings of it,
well, like
because I do
said-
remember.
Well, again, I
Go
go
ahead.
back to the fact that if you look, there's not a lot of sound dampening that's
Yeah, that's
isolating
true.
his vocals.
Yeah.
The room he's in is not
Oh,
built for that.
for
What was
me,
that?
I just think he's using one of those collar mics. Like I used to work at a bar, and like all our security team and all our team members would have like the collar mic.
The over the ear one.
Well, no, not the over the ear. It's the one that sits on the collar.
Yes, those are called lapel mics.
Yeah.
That's what they're called. And you usually hook it to like a jacket collar, because it's a small condenser mic, basically a pencil condenser I think is what they actually call it.
But it's right next to your throat.
So because it pretty much picks up your voice and everything. Those are decent.
Yeah.
Those are really good, especially like for pastors and stuff like that. But right, like I stated again, the one he's using, at least in my opinion, unless he gets like some extra sound dampening to help stop the reflections, I feel like it's just gonna way too. It's just because like if you're wearing headphones like I am wearing like the professional style ones I have on my head, you can hear it. And if you use studio monitors, you can really hear it. Excuse me, with the way that whatever compression scheme he's using, that like the compressor's stomping on the vocals, and then the room sound hits it, so it sounds like a vacuum going in and out.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Well, but with his mic, I mean, like, you more hear his vocal cords than you actually do his diaphragm.
That's true, and it does
Yeah.
make. And I suppose that's why Rich kept thinking that his voice was so high. JKB.
Well, no, just like I've worked at bars before. People at work hate me because, well, even my family hates me because I use my diaphragm and I actually talk like a normal person instead of, oh, hey guys, how's it going? That's all right. Yeah,
That's a
like
very sensual
I actually
voice.
use my fucking.
Yeah.
Well, no, I use my fucking diaphragm.
Well, you don't use your vocal cords as much. Like I'm a little more vocal cord heavy, especially when I'm exhausted, like I am
Yeah.
right now.
Like the last stream, you were having nasal problems.
Oh my god,
But-
I couldn't breathe to save my fucking life, and that's why I was so
But-
heavy.
When it comes to me, I use my actual like diaphragm and vocal cords. I don't breathe through my nose. I don't talk through my nose. I block it off, and I actually use my vocal cords.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah,
But
that's
anyhow,
why I can't use my mic when everyone else is trying to sleep.
that's fair enough.
Oh.
Let's continue on.
Celebration going away party, because we also know that Jim Ryan is stepping
Yeah.
away from the company, and I can kind of take a guess why now. Maybe some of your plans, Jim, didn't work out. And what I mean by that is that Sony was planning on releasing a ton of live service games because, and let's just be honest here, Fortnite did in a way that was industry changing. It shook the industry. And then it started to go downhill.
Oh,
and
okay.
It was not Fortnite.
You gotta pause. We've already talked about this.
Yeah, that's
It was
exactly
not
what-
Fortnite that was the revolution of gaming. It was H1Z1 and Arma 2 DayZ that introduced fucking
the battle royale.
the Battle Royale.
I was gonna say
It was not Fortnite.
I was gonna say I would have thought Halo would be the one that would take that, given everything that Halo did.
No, Halo never. Halo was all about first person. The problem is, even PUBG was ahead of Fortnite. The only reason Fortnite got big was because it was meant for children.
That's correct.
And not to mention, it got famous off the big dance moves that they allegedly. Now I gotta make this.
That's true. Yeah.
Let me put the legal definition right there. This is what's been alleged. I don't know if it's true or not. I've only read about the lawsuits. I don't know if the lawsuits are still pending or if they're in court or if they've been settled already. But it was alleged that Fortnite was stealing dances from popular streamers and what was it? And from a few videos that they had used.
So
Few artists as well without permission.
I don't care about the dances. It's more the fact Fortnite was not the revolutionary peak of the battle royale genre. It was Arma 2, DayZ, that was the full-on battle royale free-for-all, and then it was PUBG. And then Fortnite came along as a child-safe version of the game. And then that's when it popped off, and then Call of Duty made their version. Halo was thinking, well, 343 Industries was thinking about doing it, but then they didn't do it. Because it's overplayed.
Yeah, a lot of
Alright.
the battle royale games have just. I feel like they kind of hit their peak already.
I suppose so.
It's very unfair for Jay to say that Fortnite revolutionized gaming.
Which there was games prior to that.
Yeah, and well, he's trying to pick like a relevant. Shoot me, what's the
A more
word?
Well,
popular
no.
relevant battle royale platform.
Well,
game.
no, he just
Relevant,
picked the
relevant.
worst version of it because he's picking
yeah, that's
the
true. That's true.
child-safe version.
There are better battle royale games out there than Fortnite.
Well,
Yeah.
H1Z1 back when it was actually good back in the day was the best battle royale ever.
Well, that
That's-
is true.
Yeah,
Well,
and then games came out based on the same type of scenarios, same type of gaming.
Yeah.
but let's
The
continue
one
on
thing
with the
that
video.
did make H1Z1 good was you can add wildlife to the game, which like bears and wolves would attack you while you're trying to survive, and you can add zombies to your game, like your server, and you would have also zombies coming after you while you're trying to kill other people.
Well, that is fair enough. But let's continue on with the video.
Realized what they really needed to do was introduce a creation aspect to Fortnite and have it in that world to succeed again, and the numbers started to go up again. So at the beginning it was all about V-Bucks and custom characters. Now it's more about, wait a minute, we built the world, let's let them fool around in it. So that is essentially why we're seeing, like, Rocket League turned into a racing game, and seeing, why am I talking like this, but seeing Lego. I'm having
Rocket
a
League
stroke.
never became a racing game.
I'm about to say.
No, I
don't
was
remember.
gonna say I don't. It's not a real like racing. Like
No, they never
Forza and
turned
stuff.
Rocket League into a racing game. It's all
Yeah.
about soccer with cars.
exactly. It wasn't
Yeah.
a quote unquote racing game like Gran Turismo type status.
Was it like,
Yeah,
I know.
or well, Gran Turismo has been around since I was a kid, kind of like
Correct.
Need for Speed was.
Exactly. Those are racing games.
But
You're
saying
playing- I
that
mean,
fucking Rocket
Rocket
League
League,
became
you're
a
in a-
racing game, no,
you're in a
it
field.
never did.
Yeah, you're playing in a field with nowhere to go other than the zone that you're allowed to be in.
No, you're in a soccer field.
Exactly. So technically, it's a soccer game.
It's not a racing game.
Yeah, I don't know why he called it a racing game.
I think he was trying to state that they were turning it into a racing game, but even then, with that, I don't ever recall it becoming a racing game. At least none of the gameplay I've ever seen turned it into a racing game. But is that just me?
No, I don't think it ever really did. I mean, then again, I don't play the game.
Fair
Sorry
enough.
about that, but no, like NASCAR is a racing game. Honestly, you can't beat.
Simply, a racing game is cars on a track with no boundaries, other than
Yeah.
the road and go
Well,
fast.
No, there are boundaries for a
Yeah, there are
racing
boundaries.
game. It's
I take
based
that
on
back.
the track. But when it comes to Rocket League, it's not a racing game. It's cars and soccer.
Yes, that's correct.
That
like
is true.
to say that they were thinking about making it a racing game. Why would they mess that up when they already have cars and soccers? Which
Yeah, that will
fucking
completely change the whole.
Well, no, that concept made them onto the map. It's basically almost saying fucking Twisted Metal with a soccer ball.
Yeah, that's one good way to put it.
Funny enough, actually, in the video, he brings up Twisted Metal, and I would love to talk about that when we get to that.
Yeah,
point.
we saw that.
Seeing Lego
Let's
come over to that, that's a brilliant partnership.
Oh wait, he was talking about Lego for a second. I'm trying to think of the Lego game, and I can't think of it. But let's continue on.
No,
in
Gran,
terms of a
no, Gran
marketing and
Turismo made
obviously
a Lego
business
car.
standpoint. So, of course, you're going to want to capitalize on this new market. Of course, WB is going to also capitalize on this market, right? They're going to release an amazing.
So, right here.
Suicide.
No, I'll let this
This
part
is-
play out and then I'll commentate on it.
Follow-up to the
yeah.
Arkham Knight series,
I'll let it
right?
play out.
Right?
Wrong.
So, I get the joke that he was trying to go for, and again with the amazing faces, like so many faces in this video that could just be memed on if people wanted to.
Yeah.
So
The fact that he said it was a follow-up and a sequel to fucking the Dark Knight series and the Arkham series, it's totally irrelevant because the game has no thought to it at all.
Well, so the thing is that originally it wasn't supposed to be any kind of follow up to the Arkham series. It was actually supposed to be
It's a new
own
game.
thing. Yeah, it was supposed to be its own thing based on the movies, but because the movie was garbage and the new one that came out came after the game had already been
Well-
finished and was getting ready to be
So-
released.
You never got the hype that it was supposed to get.
Yeah,
So my big problem when it came to Suicide Squad was
Justice League.
Batman had a contingency plan against everyone. Now, okay, Batman, he goes evil. You could probably kill him with bullets. Wonder Woman, she goes evil. May die by bullets. Like, they were not creative at all when it comes to a blueprint that was literally sitting in front of their fucking face. Sorry I used an F-bomb.
Well, I was gonna say was in the game they technically explained how they did it with Superman, and I was using yellow kryptonite, which was supposed to be enhanced kryptonite using plutonium. Which
Yeah,
is
The
that's
problem is bullets. No, it's more the fact they lack the creativity.
They kept going with the same type of scenario.
I'm sorry, but this is kind of touchy because they had a blueprint on how to take down everyone.
And to be honest, I wish the blueprints were a little bit different, more in line with the comic books or the cartoon. If it had been in line with both of them,
Well, my thing is they could have like elaborate traps that they need to set. They could have special like weapons besides shooting a gun to take down an enemy.
Yeah,
from
not use the same type.
Justice League. Not just, oh, let's just use guns. Oh, let's use guns again. Oh, let's use guns another time. And all the way to Superman. Just, they could have been more creative about it.
that
I
is
would give you
fair
that.
enough. That is very fair with that. So, but let's continue on. Again, memeable face.
No, they didn't. The game's got 500 concurrent players online right now on PC, and WB even came out of the woodwork to be like, yeah, we messed up here. This is not what we wanted. And I'll say this to WB directly. I know some people over there, you can't focus on the structure of how to make money without focusing on how fun the game will be. Helldivers 2 on PC and PlayStation 5 at the moment is a perfect
Now,
example.
I love
of
how he makes a comparison for Helldivers versus Suicide Squad. Helldivers is a satire on like Starship Troopers. But Suicide Squad literally had a blueprint on how to like take enemies down with like fun, creative ways.
Yeah, they had more
Starship Troopers is
creativity
just-
put into
yeah.
it.
Well, no, they had a blueprint that make it more creative. Helldivers was just a satire on Starship Troopers.
Well, that is true. Because I was watching the commercial for it, funny enough, before like a few hours before the stream, Sheriff had sent me the video to it, and I apologize. I'm sending links to people while we're currently talking live.
Yeah, no, you're all good.
Yeah, you're good, man.
What was it? I watched the commercial for it, and I was like, yeah, this reminded me a lot of what Starship Troopers did as far as the satire. And so, like with the whole join the Helldivers, I was like, yeah, that's almost direct copy to one-to-one, excuse me, of Starship Troopers' famous line, join the military.
Yep.
So actually, if you read the books, Starship Troopers didn't actually want anyone to join the military.
Yeah. We understand that. What I'm saying is the satire I'm talking about with the
But
commercials.
no, it was simple. It was fun. Let's kill bugs and robots. And
Yeah.
literally, that was their entire lore is let's kill bugs and robots. But with Suicide Squad, they had an entire lore that was already blueprinted to them. And they just said, no, fuck that shit. We're going to make our own stuff. Yeah, goddamn. I just dropped another F-bomb.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good, man.
No, but you guys understand what I'm saying.
Of course, yeah, we get what you're saying.
Like I said, you're cool as far as dropping F-bombs. I don't care too much because I don't think the stream's going to get taken
What?
down.
No, it's just more the fact of, like, Suicide Squad had their own lore. Helldivers had their lore, which was basically kill bugs and robots. And
To be
Suicide
honest-
Squad literally had a blueprint on how to be more creative. Like, Batman made a contingency plan for everyone that went evil.
They all face the same death.
Well, no, they could have used more creative ways.
Yeah, that's fair.
Instead of just, oh, let me just shoot at them. Like, honestly, I thought it would have been funny if the Flash got defeated by a Roadrunner situation.
Yeah.
Like a fake tunnel. Like, that would have been hilarious.
Well, I was gonna say if and then we'll continue on with the video. I'm gonna continue on with this thought process in mind. I hated how Batman was so one note. He was always like, "You're all gonna die," and we've already conquered this planet and everything. I wish that Harley, especially, like Batman and Harley, had gone back and forth. Is like she's like trying to, instead of her killing him, I think it should have been Deadshot doing it.
Oh, no, I thought it would have been funnier if they're all trying to hunt him down and there was more dialogue of Batman talking shit to them and then they are talking shit back to him.
Yeah.
Why they're doing the fight.
Well, see, again, I
That would be a good way to put it.
I disagree with that. I liked the idea of the sadness of that, but I wish there had been a bigger connection with Harley and Batman. Like Harley trying to do the same thing that Batman was doing for her all those years with the Joker, because you really could have played it up. Remember, this is the last time that Kevin Conroy will ever voice Batman.
Yeah.
So why not send him on
Which they
the biggest bang?
merged his name too.
And
Also, he actually had more dialogue than what was in the game. He was paid to do more dialogue than what was actually in the game.
And that's my point.
They cut half of his shit.
That's my point. It should have been about Harley trying to save him, and in the end having to make that horrible choice of ending his life because she's like, I cannot save him. There's no way for us to reverse what's been done. So now I have to put my savior to death, is how I would have it
Well,
done.
I kind of like the idea that Harley still hates Batman no matter what, but they just propped up Harley Quinn more than Kevin Conroy actually put into the voice acting, and they cut half of his line.
Well, that is true. But anyhow, let's continue on.
Handle
Yeah.
live service gaming. You focus on the game, doing a few things correct, one or two things that really stand out, then you can build that sort of money-making machine around it. But that should always be secondary. When you make games like that terrible game on the floor, Suicide Squad, you step on your own feet because it's not fun. There's nothing unique about it. Why am I going to sit here and play the same mission over and over and over? Yes, you nailed some of the comic book lore and the stories, and I like watching the characters' stories.
Well,
You know,
the problem
sort of
is they didn't follow the lore.
They see, the thing is, they were trying
Well,
to go for what the Avengers did. I'm gonna scratch my back.
Well, the Avengers game actually had diversity based on what character you're playing and what enemy you are playing. The problem with Suicide Squad is it's just shoot and go. That was it. Just shoot and go.
It was more simple.
Well, I was gonna say with a couple other better examples, in my opinion, is Dead by Daylight, which, even though it has one particular mission, you have a whole range of characters that can do different things, and you're chased
Yeah,
by
but if
different
you're-
enemies.
Well, if you're the human, though, all you had was one task, which is start the generators and run.
Yeah, and that and the
Yeah,
whole-
But
Each character
But-
had their own.
Suicide
special-
Squad was basically everyone has their own special abilities, but they could have
That's what I was
done it in a way of, oh, hey, we have this objective to try and stop the main villain, which it would be like the Flash or the Green Lantern or Superman or Wonder Woman. Like, they would have like some special objective instead of just run and go. And with Dead by Daylight, that's what I have a problem with is, yeah, the monsters have like their own special abilities, but the humans, it's just,
It was just
start a
one.
generator and run.
the other one I was gonna bring up was the Evil Dead.
I thought it would have been better to go with a evolve concept.
Well, I was gonna say the reason I'm bringing up the Evil Dead game is because depending on who
No,
you're fighting,
evolve, not Evil Dead.
no, I'm talking about my opinion, mine. Keyword mine. My
The
opinion.
Evil Dead game was cool.
My opinion, I think he should have brought
It
up
was
that
alright.
one. The reason why is because depending on the different ashes or the other characters you picked along to work with him, it had different effects. And he had different abilities, and they had certain weapons that they benefited from.
Yeah.
And if you had the right
Like Marco.
combination. Like, for example, I have my best friend.
Marco.
I'm talking about my best friend. His name is Cody. He loves that game, and he talked about like, the different ashes, and depending on which ones you picked, as to what was great about them. The first Evil Dead movie, Ash or Ashley J, is what they call him in that one. He's a support character. He does a lot of healing, but he likes using the axe or the single barrel shotgun because he's a close
The
range combat.
boomstick.
The boomstick's the double barrel. He just uses the single shot hunting shotgun. The second movie, Ash likes the chainsaw hand and the double barrel, the boomstick. The third movie, which is Army of Darkness, prefers using the sword
The sword
and the shotgun.
and the boomstick.
The current TV series, or the TV series,
It was
say-
chainsaw and boomstick.
actually it's his hand, the shotgun, and whatever.
No,
melee weapon
his
you get.
hand was very. So I saw the whole TV series one. His hand was barely used.
I'm
He
talking about
mostly
the
used the
game.
chainsaw and the boomstick.
I'm talking about the game, not the TV show.
Well, no,
Sticky.
his character in the game mostly used the chainsaw and boomstick.
Well, the reason for the hand is that the hand, because that Ash is called the leader Ash, and what he does is he uses his hand and stuff like that to rally the troops, which means everyone gets extra health for a certain amount of time, the extra endurance or agility, stamina, whatever you want to call it, and they're
Also, he had
Yeah, each
he
character
also
had their own special
lessened-
ability.
no, if you had his version on the team, it would lessen fear. When you like go into a chest and there's the fear chest that the monster can make, he had a lessen fear reaction toward the entire team, like a perk.
At the cost of him apparently not being able to do as much damage, from what I understand. I have not played the game, so.
And his shotgun
Yeah,
didn't
neither
have
have
much range.
That
His
is
shotgun
true.
didn't have much range, also.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a sawed-off double barrel. I wouldn't expect it to be able to hit much further. Than
No,
50
but
away.
for the game, for his third version, it would lessen the fear when it comes to opening chests, and the shotgun range is lesser than it would normally be, and his chainsaw strikes were slower.
Well, that is true.
Giving them less impact.
Well, no, if you impacted on a slower like chainsaw strike,
Mhm.
you could actually do a lot of damage, but it was easy to dodge.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay.
Right. Yeah, like I said, that's what I would have used, not just Helldivers, but again, that's my opinion. Let's continue on.
Open up as I go through this, but it's not fun. And that's the bottom line. These games need to be fun. So when it comes to Sony, they decided to shut down a whole slew of these. So we know that they shut down The Last of Us Online, which is kind of a strange thing to do. That would be based on their, I'd say, arguably one of their biggest IPs. They have an HBO
So,
show that is gigantic, winning
The
awards.
Last of Us
But then
Online.
they shut.
So The Last of Us Online would be like Defiance Online. Have you guys ever seen that game?
I own that game. Used to. I sold it.
The
I personally
Defiance.
have it.
Oh my god! Look at the face
It's-
I paused it on.
It's a sci-fi movie that went into a game and it failed so bad.
My god! Look at the face.
They still. Yeah, it looks like he has the oh shit face.
Look like he.
Or he's arguing with someone.
No, it looks like
No.
he took a dump in his pants and someone took a picture.
Oh shit.
No, it looks like someone just is proving him wrong, and he has like, oh shit, I just said something stupid.
Maybe his mom is chewing him out and he's mad. He's like, "Mom, it's not
But
my fault."
no, like The Last of Us Online would have turned out like the Defiance game that came out in like what 2011, 2012,
Wait, I thought
and it was
Defiance
a
TV
terrible
show.
game. No, it was a TV show, but they made a game off of the TV show
Yeah, you
with
were
the
saying it was a
alien bugs
movie.
and shit.
You said it was a movie, so I was correcting that.
Oh, they did make a movie. They did
I
make
did
a
not know
movie
that.
to like conclude it.
I did not know they
I
made
didn't
a
even know
movie.
that.
I knew about the TV show. I actually watched the TV show. Funny enough.
So it's kind of like God damn, I stutter. The Firefly series, with Nathan, Nolan, whatever the fuck his name is. But no, they made the Serenity movie just to conclude it.
Man.
Nathan Fallon. Nathan Fallon. That
Nathan
was his
Fallon.
name.
Because I was trying to think of the name for a second. I don't know why I couldn't think of it.
He's in that new The Rookie TV show. But yeah, no. Defiance had a movie which did not click off at all. It's like a basically DVD on demand which is kind of like what happened to Firefly. But yeah, no, unlike Firefly, they made a fucking video game on Defiance with alien bugs and shit, which honestly just sounds exactly like Starship Troopers.
I suppose that's fair enough there. Let's continue on with
But
the
yeah,
video.
Yeah, the video
a new
game
version
failed.
of
The
the
Last
game?
of Us is
That
gonna fail.
obviously indicates that live service gaming is going out the window. What's replacing that? I know what it is. I don't think a lot of people really see it from my standpoint, but again, Sony has made the announcement about this already. Helldivers 2 came to
So, I want to know what he was talking about there.
So, did you know what took over the project for Last of Us Online? Which I did look this up.
What was it?
Days Gone 2.
Days Gone 2. Huh.
But it's not going to be online. It's a single player game only.
Wow.
You mind
That
sending
took
me like
Sony's budget.
you mind sending me like a link or something here on Discord? Because I would love to read just a little
Yeah.
bit of it. Because I think that would be great.
Well, no, they saw, so they talk about how they saw with Sony of how they saw that Days Gone. Once they ported it to PC, they saw a huge skyrocket of sales.
Oh yeah. Oh, what was, I was trying to think of something.
Wasn't it cross-platformed?
No, Days Gone is a single player game, but Last of
yeah.
Us Online was not profitable.
Huh. Imagine why. Like another example that should have been brought up here is Fallout 76.
Fallout 76 still sucks. I even bought the fucking game. I fucking hate it. It's so fucking boring.
I'm still on Fallout 4.
Oh yeah, I just got back into Fallout 4 thanks to the new update.
Well, no, I got into 76 because I was told by my boss, well, one of my bosses, that it was a good game. So I bought it for cheap on sale. And I think it's boring as hell.
Oh, I was waiting for a punchline there.
And the fact that there's
No,
different...
I had to burp.
Ah. Okay, Rich. Guess what?
Inform you that
Who's rich?
you're fired.
You are.
You will soon find out.
I'm detective, not rich.
You're Detective Rich now.
No, do
I
not.
am
Time to
totally.
No.
do some detective work.
Do not call me Detective Rich. You know how much I hate that dude.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
I'm just.
Round, fuck around, I fuck around. Yeah, fuck.
I love that it
Yep.
just cuts off
Yeah.
like that. Anyhow.
No,
I've
but
been a fully
anyways.
demonetized, let's keep going.
So,
Yes.
anyways, like I was telling you, The Last of Us Online was scrapped because they sent the budget to Days Gone 2 because of the higher sales on PC.
Weren't you allowed to enhance the graphics on that too once it came to PC?
Oh yeah, on PC you could do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, that's probably what caused it to hype up because now you were able to customize it a little bit better.
Well, no, it's just because Sony said they were bringing games to PC, which every time a game comes to PC, everyone ramps up their graphics, and it looks way better than it did on PS4 or PS5.
Of course, yeah, you're always going to have that option, just based on
Yeah.
your system.
But why would I rather play a fungus zombie game when the PC market wants a Days Gone 2?
You know what that is? I was gonna say, well, a lot of people.
Okay, AJ. If someone made a Borderlands Online, would you be hyped for it?
I wasn't.
Or
talking
would you
about
rather have
Borderlands Online. I'm
No,
talking
but
about,
no, but I'm thinking as like a company head, would you rather have a Borderlands Online or would you rather have a Borderlands 4?
That's what I'm referring to, is a Borderlands-like game that isn't just purely online. It would allow for online play, but it also have like local play or just single play.
No, but I'm talking if Borderlands Online was purely online, like an MMO, would you enjoy that more than a Borderlands 4?
I probably wouldn't.
It's like,
Debatable.
well,
Yeah,
it's
but it
like
is
the
debatable, though,
Elder
it
Scrolls
is.
Online. Well,
Well, I've never
okay,
played
think of
Elder
it like
Scrolls Online, so I
Fallout
couldn't tell you.
76. Okay, this is two real games. Think of Fallout 76. People did want multiplayer for Fallout, but they didn't want it to where random people could join your server. And then Elder Scrolls Online, people wanted Skyrim to be online, but then instead they made the online version, which honestly does not sell as much as Skyrim ever did.
Apologies for bumping the mic. I'm trying to set it up so that way I'm not
But
as loud.
for like The Last of Us Online, would you actually play it? Or would you rather invest into a game like Days Gone 2?
Well, again, I never played either one of those, so I'd have to
Yeah,
say
neither
Oh,
have I,
neither.
dude.
honestly.
Honestly, you should play Days Gone and The Last of Us.
Well, I'm
But
gonna say I
The
was
Last
more
of Us
invested
is
in
really
like
good
Call
for
of Duty when I
single
was
player.
younger.
Well, but the problem is the fan base for these certain games are for single player only.
That is true.
The Last of Us Online would be a total failure instead of making Days Gone 2, which is a single player success. That's
That
what
is fair.
Jay doesn't understand.
That is fair enough. But let's continue on with the video because remember we still got one more.
PlayStation and
Oh, I
PC
thought
the
we had
same
two
day.
more.
And now it has 500
We're over
concurrent,
an hour
500,000
in, and we're
concurrent players,
about
I should say,
maybe-
on PC right now. You can go
Not
there
even
right now.
halfway
They had
through
to
the
up the
first
service to
video.
800,000. You had the company themselves saying, please wait,
We're about
don't buy the
15
game
I feel like
because we
it's
can't handle
spam.
the success.
I feel like his
This is a company
spam
that's
boys
doing
are going to
live
try and
service
dox
games
us.
right, so I give them props.
I
The
doubt
issue,
it.
though,
But again,
is
we're not making fun
promising
of
all
him.
these
We're just
things. The
questioning
Last
No,
of Us Online.
I've been
I was
making
kind
fun
of
of 'em.
excited.
Oh yeah, you've been ranting on this.
Well, I was gonna say, like, again, the point of this video
Oh,
is to
I'm just-
criticize the work, not so much the person himself. Like, I gotta go
Well-
back to the Rich video. I didn't criticize Rich as a person. I criticized his work because I was like,
Oh, with
I was
Jay, I'm criticizing his thought process.
well, it's just again his work, not so much him as a person, but the way he
That's correct.
went about making
Yeah.
the video.
Yeah.
So, to
Well,
finish what I was-
Jay, his fanboys are gonna fucking come after my ass.
I'll talk about that in a second. To finish my thought process, what I was saying with Rich, if you go back and you watch the first episode, I didn't go after Rich as the person. I went after what he did with his content because he stated that his career was tied into the industry, and the way I was understanding it was that he made an impact, and I was like, where was that impact in the gaming industry? I'm like, if anything, you insulted one of the greatest commercials of all time that made my childhood. You made a bunch of dumb jokes about you as a kid. You were playing random songs that made no sense, and then you made a video talking about. You made a joke part of it where you were slapping your face with a cucumber, talking about how that's how it feels to be on the internet. And I'm like, well, what the hell is this? How is this a retrospective on gaming? Where's the retrospective?
Good old Rich.
Now,
Yeah.
mind you, I
No, I
watched
just
that
feel
video
like-
5 different times. You guys can't see the camera in the Discord, but the people on the stream can see me throwing my hand up in the air 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
I watched that bloody video. and it angered me so much. Granted, I probably shouldn't have lost my cool
Yeah.
as much as I did in the video, but still, my criticism stands. It sucks.
Yeah.
No, I just feel like one of Jay's like supporters are gonna like figure out what my name is and just tell him all the fucking bad shit I said about his ideas.
Well, everybody's got their own opinion on Jay, you know. So
I'm about to say, actually, you know what? I'll
let's
tell
go
you,
with that.
this is the only thing.
Well, I've been very reasonable.
Here, listen to me. I've spoken to Jay about stuff about this before, and this is the only thing I'm ever going to leak about our conversations. You want to know what he's told me? He does not give a flying fuck what anyone says. He does
Yeah,
not
Jay's
care.
more.
He does not care
What
what
his
his opinion is,
fanboys.
or what his fanboys
What's his
says.
fanboys?
He does not care, so Jay's not going to care if that person. Actually, if anything, Jay's going to be pissed that they did that, and he's going to ban their ass just like he did with me. Well, we're not going to get any further
Well,
into
we
that.
will see. You know.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm
We will-
not. Okay, I made fun of like Jay for a little bit because of his hair, but for the most part, I just make fun of his ideas and criticize him based on what he says, and I make a fair point of some of the shit he says doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. But like I said,
Yeah.
you've got nothing to worry about. Jay's already stated he doesn't care. That's the end of that. So with that addressed and everything, let's continue on with the video.
For that, what are they going to do with this? It's gone. Then there's, of course, another game that was kind of leaked yesterday. It wasn't green lit, so it's not the end of the world, but there was a Twisted Metal live service game in the works, and now it's out the window. In my personal opinion, I love that series, and yeah, I don't like live service games, but when I play Helldivers, I kind of get the idea that that's fine. Helldivers 2 is doing it right. If they could kind of get that model and copy it over to,
So,
Twisted Metal.
like I said last night, so the Twisted Metal series was amazing because it was a single player and a split screen. I honestly think Twisted Metal would be good if it was like a fairly balanced game, but also you could play it online with like a friend or two.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Actually,
Like
I remember playing
multiplayer
Twisted Metal.
online, kind of like Call
Yeah.
of Duty in that particular sense.
But not like every player is online. Like you just have a couple friends hanging out, playing along with like a co-op thing.
Well, I was
Get
going
like
to
a-
say have like two separate things where you can have local online play where it's like your local friends in your network area. You're on your Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi's nearby where you are. And then the other one would be like multiplayer online, like an MMO in that particular sense.
No, I wouldn't prefer an MMO. I would just like a couple friends playing,
Yeah,
not
squad
like
bullying
everyone
against each
versus
other.
everyone.
Well, I was going to say picking up from the Call of Duty model, like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. That kind of model is what I'm talking about. That would really, in my opinion, help sell the new game because then it's like you can play with your friends in your local area, or if your friends
But the
happen to
problem
be
is
overseas.
the balancing. Well, the balance issue is probably the problem when it comes to like everyone is just online. If you're playing with like a friend or two, it could be more manageable. But if everyone is playing online, you always have that one dude that finds the vehicle that is OP as hell.
Well, that's not so much online. That's a more of a game mechanic that needs to be fixed or a bug in the game.
Yeah.
But no, with me, it's more, I rather have like a co-op experience rather than just a free-for-all. Because if it's a free-for-all only experience, a lot of people are going to opt out of the game and be like, you know what, I'm done.
Well, I'm not talking about like a free-for-all experience either. I'm talking about it would be like different sets of matches based on what the people like to play too. Because again, this is you can unlock different stuff as you play the main game itself, which would be single player, not online.
Yeah.
That's my point. Again,
well,
picking up from the
but-
Call of Duty model.
Well, but when it comes to like online play, I think it should be limited to maybe 4 people out of like 10 vehicles. Not like, we're just gonna have everyone fight everyone, and there's always that one dude that figure out the game mechanics to where he could just overpower everyone. Like it's Mortal Kombat challenge. Like, do you guys understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm saying that you shouldn't worry about that as more as
Having fun.
well, PUBG situation or the TF2 situation, where there's tons of bots that are just running around killing everybody. That's more of what I would worry about.
Well, the bots are dumbed down, but you could tell a human player versus a bot.
Well, I'm talking about. So, if you don't know what I'm discussing, TF2 has a very serious problem where right now, people with servers, hackers with servers, have specially made AI bots that go into TF2 servers and ruin games. Just so the hacker can stream it, clip it, and post it, and make tons of money.
But
off of it.
I'm talking about like if you want to hold like versus, it's actual people instead of just bots. Like, yeah, you have like a buddy that you want to play with, and you have a couple bots inside it. Like someone plays no, what's his name? The clown, whatever the fuck. If a bot is playing that, they're kind of nerfed down, but you can tell who is actually human versus who is just a bot.
So you're saying you keep like a fine balance between the bots and the actual players.
Yeah.
Just don't make something more superior or more weaker than.
But like,
they got to be in a certain tier as well.
Well, let's say I challenge you, McFly, to a challenge on Twisted Metal, and there's bots involved, and it's just me and you versus a couple bots. I can tell who is now a human based on how they're playing, and then I'm gonna go after them.
Correct. You're gonna see like the same type of movements being done or being shown opposed to the other person,
instead of just
the actual real person. That's
the entire server is now just all humans, because there's always going to be that one dude that's
going to stand out.
Like, that one dude that literally mastered the game and can just destroy your entire experience.
Which is why they have tiers too. I mean, they're not going to put someone that's that great on a lower tier squad.
You'd be surprised, dude.
Yeah, that's
Rainbow Six. Have you seen it lately?
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to get to. It's like, they don't put the actual like rules in place when it comes to loading a fair line of players that are within the same,
No, but
tier.
If someone is so good, they're gonna downgrade their player. They're gonna downgrade.
They're gonna bring themselves down. Yeah, that's like a trend almost. It's like you're so good, you're gonna dumb yourself down. But then again,
like they're so good, only bots can face them, and then they have to be downgraded if they actually want to face actual people. So now you're just gonna have some dude that knows the game mechanics that can destroy your experience.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that has to change. That's.
No, I'm down with like maybe 2 to 4 people playing together, like as like friends and stuff. But I'm not down for like a full online experience.
So what you're saying is, if you have 4 real people in a game,
versus
you want to even that out. Yeah, you want to even out the. Okay, I see what you're saying, but then again, it's kind of dumb putting 4 and 4.
Well, no, there's 12 characters in total.
Yeah. But I'm saying like you have
there's,
4
like,
people
Up
against
to 4 people playing together.
Again, I go
Not like
back-
on the same team, but like you can at least tell. Oh yeah, that's a real human versus that's
a bot.
1 out of 2 bots, 1
Yeah.
out of 3 bots.
I mean, there are some games that actually show like the name on it is a bot too, you know. But I mean, then again, they're dumbed down, like you said.
No, I'm talking not showing names, just based on how they move.
Based on their reactions, then yeah, I see what you mean.
But if you have a full online lobby, that could ruin the entire experience.
I see
just-
what you.
Just double checking OBS to make sure everything's still working just
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
We're still
we can hear
good.
you.
We're still streaming.
Yes.
So
No,
let's
I
continue
just
on.
wanted to make that point that online gameplay with Twisted Metal for like an online service, that would be a terrible idea.
Well, I mean, we won't ever know unless it ever happens, which, from what I understand, it's not going to. So, is what it is. There.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, that would have been incredible if it was just done right and it did a few things correct, which would be the car's combat. It's not rocket science, Sony, and it's not rocket science, WB. You did that to yourself. Being a programmer on a video game is not what it used to be. Let's just say that. I have 15 years experience visiting studios in and around Toronto, and every single thing that I saw in the studios was the same in every other studio. Overspending on stupid crap in the office and overspending on trends. Oh, this is going to be a big thing. Let's go in this direction. And focusing on the dumbest things, doing QA testing. So this works this way. And I don't think I'm breaking any NDAs here by saying this, but you essentially go to a
Breaking any
studio
NDAs.
and they say to you, what do you like about this?
So I gotta.
We had
ask.
this discussion last night.
Yeah. So we're bringing it
Who's
up.
paying him?
So
Who's paying him?
well, I was gonna say was
Who gave him a
what
check?
What is he talking about breaking NDAs? Is he under an NDA? Is he? Because he talked about visiting studios. Does that mean he actually works in those studios? Maybe is he like a
Or is he
independent
being
contractor?
paid off?
Or maybe he's only allowed to say a certain amount of information. He doesn't work.
No, most NDA, which I've talked about this the other night, is most NDAs. You can talk about the game in your own opinion. You just can't show gameplay and stuff like that. But you can still talk about your opinion based on the game. So my question is, did they pay him and said, hey, you are not allowed to talk about this certain game?
Yeah, well,
He's talking about visiting the studios. That's what he's talking
Which,
about.
by the
Seeing how
way,
things are being
in
made.
NDA, most NDAs, you are allowed to talk about your experience, but you're not allowed to show gameplay. You're not allowed to record anything inside the studio, but you can talk about your own personal opinion. So in order for his NDA to not talk about anything means he got paid off.
That could be true. I mean,
Again, we don't know because we
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
have it
We
in
don't
front
really
of us.
know.
So this is only speculation. So take this with the biggest grain of salt. It is just speculation. Do not take any of that as fact. If you are underneath an NDA, my recommendation to you: don't break that NDA. Whatever you do, unless it's
Exactly.
a crime, unless the people are committing a crime, you are protected legally if they are. Unless they're committing a crime, don't break the NDA, whatever you do. Otherwise, the consequences will be rather dire. So, with that being said,
Right.
let's continue on.
It's just
This game, and you
Yeah.
tell them, I like this, and this. And then you play the next version of their game that they're making, and it had this, and this in it. So I understand from a marketing standpoint, studios have to do that because they want to know what we want in the games. But they've mismanaged live service games from the top down, and that's how I'm going to close this video out. When you look at a studio and you go, this is a complete disaster, such as WB, I'm not blaming the artists, the developers. I'm not, blaming anybody that's doing the animation or the actors. These people are hired to make what is the plan. What is the plan here? We're going to make money. How are we going to do that? Well, we'll build a game around this. That's coming from the top ends of these studios. So when it comes to major decisions, these managers are at fault here. And that
he's right
So
and
it's not
he's
just-
wrong at the same time.
Like, okay, if you hire a writer to make a game and they tell you you need to follow the script, they are also at fault. If you hire
true.
a consultant to help make your game and you actually take their advice, everyone is at fault. The devs are not at fault because they're now being told under contract, oh, you have to do it this way. And that's because the writers that they hired are terrible people, and that the consultants they hired are even worse.
That is very much so true. And like again, and then let's talk about like I talked about this also last night. I follow a YouTuber, I'm forgetting his name, but he does a YouTube series called What Happened, and he talks about like the games that have failed and explained why they failed or why they didn't succeed or why they weren't even made. And
Oh, I know that
often-
dude. He did a Fallout New Vegas video.
yeah, and I mean, I watch his content all the time, and like he talks about how a lot of it is a if I wasn't tired, I would help. He talks a lot about how it's a constant trend of the managers up above not understanding what the lead game developer is talking about, so then they force him to do something he doesn't want to do. So then when the others get forced down the line, someone goes, oh fuck it, I'm leaving. So now there's more work that needs to be done. There's less employees. They're not going to get paid enough, and they're going to work a whole bunch of extra hours for the hopes that maybe they might get a kickback if the game succeeds, which more often than not is not the case.
Yeah, but you're always taking a risk too, creating new games. You never know if they're going to work. I mean, there's a lot of games that have been created. Like, what was that recent one that failed completely?
That's fun.
Yeah, that one. I mean,
Saints Row.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
these
Saints Row. All that money. Yeah, all that money, all that time, everything
Forspoken.
down.
down the drain just like that.
Correct.
Because they
whole
don't care
studio.
about the audience. They don't care about their fans.
Yeah.
They just want to push their own views onto people based on their games, which I'm totally fine with. If you make a new game like Forspoken, yeah, you made a new game and it failed, but you're also taking like fan-based titles that already have a fan base and a fan lore, and then you're just gonna tell them to go
Screw themselves.
pound sand.
Yeah.
Pound
I mean,
sand, go
then
screw
also,
themselves.
yeah, then also building a game, a different game, but with the same type of gameplay in it. I mean, that's what kind of brings that hype down, because it's like, man, that's just like this game.
Yeah.
And
Like the whole
Like,
Fortnite battle royale stuff like that. It's like, it's at the end of the day, it's all the same stuff. Yeah, they all have different perks, different different things you could do, but at the end of the day, it's the same thing.
Well, the only reason Fortnite succeeded was because it was made toward children.
Yeah, I mean, kids are gonna play more. They're gonna spend more time playing than people actually have a with like the same type of concept. That's what brings trends down, because it's like, okay, yeah, it looks different, but the gameplay is the same.
that is true.
Yeah.
And this is
Which is
kinda
why which is why those trends friends die, because it's like, why am I gonna buy this game when this game is just like yeah, there's different guns, different characters, different scenery, but it's the same thing at the end of the day.
I mean, it's kind of it kind of makes you feel like it.
Exactly.
So I brought
Especially when
this
it's the
up
same
in
developer.
So I brought this up in Discord. Battlefield, they took away the kill-death ratio because
Yeah,
they
that-
want to be more sensitive toward people.
Oh, that's dumb.
So yeah, no, they'll show how many kills you did and your score, but they won't show how many deaths that you've taken.
And that was one of the main things you would look at. That be like, how many people did I get?
Ah,
versus how many
shit,
times did I
I'm
die.
less than 1 KD. God damn it.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's when you try to better yourself at it. Kind of help you
Yeah.
out. I mean, to a certain point.
No, but they took it away. They took the death.
Yeah, taking it away. It's
ratio
just like,
away.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you take it away, then you don't know, and then it's like, okay, well, that's how you start losing, players. Small things
Yeah.
like that can, make a big impact.
That is
Well,
very
no,
much true.
the problem, the big thing with the kill death ratio in Battlefield was to try and have a 1 KD. That was literally the bare minimum that people thrived for. And you just took that away.
Yeah.
That is
So
very
now we
true.
don't know, like in an hour battle, we have no idea how many times we died compared to how many kills we did because we can't improve ourselves anymore.
Exactly. And it's like, what was the whole purpose of removing that?
To protect people's feelings.
Oh my God, man.
It's 8-Bit Eric brought this up, and shout out to 8-Bit Eric, great friend of the channel.
Yep.
Aiden, sure.
What's up, 8-Bit?
He talked about
call
like,
him Aiden.
Fortnite. Oh yeah, the whole 8-inch joke. Okay,
Aiden,
Lord.
sure.
Oh, by the way, a little side note, I was the one that told him he should use the milk carton for all his live streams and have like the straw next to his mouth with the word milk because he
Oh.
was talking about how he milks
Wait.
things for content.
G McFly, did you know about the scandal that 8-Bit Eric had?
With
So people were posting Photoshop pictures of him being naked, and everyone has seen him naked before.
I've heard of it. Like I said, I have my own opinions on it. Honestly,
He has an OnlyFans.
Because of it
Wow.
now, I can verify I saw it.
I'm not.
Hey, man, you like
on
what you like. I
OnlyFans,
mean-
but
Well, I
Well,
I
no,
didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. I thought it was fake, and then I went and looked it up.
no. So 8-Bit Eric had God, what was that gaming like? It was like Jackass for gaming, and they were like naked all the time, like frat boys, and it was Game Chasers. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah, which apparently.
No, he was naked in the movie. And fucking, yeah, some dude photoshopped him and then said that it was his dick. And 8-Bit Eric was like, yo, if you've ever seen Game Chasers, you would know that is not my dick.
Yeah,
Which-
which led to the infamous dick pic gate that only lasted 2 days because I refused to participate in it. But
Well,
anyhow-
no, also
Oh,
he
God.
proved that it wasn't his dick.
Oh, well, I already knew
the
that.
shit that people do, man, to just like to bring someone down. I don't know, man. To me, it's just like, man, if you got
Well,
nothing better to do,
Well, again, 'cause
No.
that's going to lead to a bunch of conversation I'm going to have about a few people that I know that try to screw me over, but I don't want to have that discussion here. That's not the point
Correct.
of this. So to get back on topic, I was bringing up 8-Bit Eric because he talked about Fortnite and how they removed a whole bunch of different dances because it was designed to make the game more inclusive.
Yeah.
Not only
also,
that,
they
but I
banned
mean-
dances.
yeah, they banned
the
dances
loser
because they didn't
dance?
have
Yeah.
permissions to use it.
No, the loser dance. was actually permitted, but crybaby fucking gamers thought it was too offensive. That's like basically saying that if I kill you in a game and I teabag you, I'm not allowed to do that.
Yeah, if you get offended of small stuff like that in gaming, you shouldn't be gaming.
Well, no,
Amen.
they had a loser icon that they fucking banned, which
But it
is
doesn't matter what it was,
basically
whether it's a dance, an
the
icon,
Gangnam Style.
anything like that. Like, it doesn't matter. Like I said, people are gonna take that their own way. People are gonna say, "Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's cool." Other people are gonna be like, "No, that's offensive." Like, come on, man.
Oh, most people thought it was hilarious.
Exactly. That's what I'm
But
saying.
crybaby gamers thought, "Oh, that's so offensive. You're fucking, you're rubbing lemons on a cut. You're
Oh,
rubbing salt on the wound."
Just don't game anymore. Put it that way. If that's
Honestly, if you're that offended on gaming, how about you just go to Minecraft?
exactly.
Fair
Play
enough.
something a little bit more like, E-rated.
Not, oh shit, oh, someone just teabagged you while you died.
I was
Like,
trying to think of
seriously?
another gaming scenario where someone got banned because of it, but I'm not remembering the details correctly, so I'm not going to bring it up. But the next time we talk about stuff like that, I'm going to make sure I've researched that story so that way I can bring it up here because I know Moist Critical talked about it. But let's move on.
No,
'cause we are
I actually did
at
research
40
the
minutes.
story.
hour and
but-
40 minutes in. We still got one more video to go through.
Yeah, let's move
Yeah.
forward.
That's where the blame needs to be put. So I'm calling them out now. Shame on you guys. Over 6,000 people have been let go in 2024. And it's simply because greed.
No,
you guys know there's a
fuck you,
bottom
dude.
line and you have to hit it. And yes, again, I'll say
Well,
that some of
greed
the
did
studios
play a
have
huge role in
even
it.
pressure above that.
No.
Never denied
But
that
how
greed
come
doesn't play a
Helldivers
role
is a
in any
small
of
little
how
studio?
the
No.
American
They
economy
take the
works.
simple idea and turn it into this
No,
gold
it's
mine.
about what he was
But
about
you've got
to say,
WB
which is
working on the
about
game
COVID.
forever, coming off the tail end of an amazing trilogy, and they blow it completely. You have to look at the studio structure, and that is again why Sony has said we're looking at the studio structures and we need to let people go. That's the same reason why Xbox said the same thing. So at the end of this video, you're wondering, like, what's my opinion on what's happening? I think COVID brought tons of eyes to gaming.
Yep, there it
that just
is.
was never
Yep.
there before.
You
and when that
Hold up,
happens,
fucking
a
cunt.
lot of investment
Hold up.
takes place.
Oh, shit,
And that's
I
on the
just said
back end of
cunt.
things. And this seems to be like something nobody's really talking about. But when a studio wants to go out there and make a game, they have to essentially take out a giant loan. And that giant loan's going to have, a rate on it.
So
That's what I was talking about.
I was trying to let him finish so that way we could talk about the COVID thing. So he is
That
right.
picture.
He is right about COVID
Okay.
bringing eyes to the entertainment industry as a whole. However, it did not play a role in how the gaming industry fell apart. That goes back to the greed and the lack of understanding what people
And political agendas.
Yeah.
It wasn't so much COVID ruined the gaming industry. Actually, COVID helped the gaming industry while killing
Yeah,
the
because
music
people stayed
industry.
home. Everybody stayed home.
While it killed
Well,
the wrestling
More
and
time
killed
out.
Anyone
more
that
time in
was-
game.
Okay, let's AJ go first.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
As the host, I have first dibs. Let's see, here's the thing. COVID brought the eyes to the gaming industry. It brought the eyes to the streaming industry. However, it helped kill a lot of your local town wrestling. I should know a few wrestling shows that were around here that my family used to go to are no longer around. And those that are still around can't pull the same numbers that they used to pull. It helped kill the local music scene, I know, because the bands I used to be in no longer are together thanks to COVID. And it also helped kill a lot of the local businesses. There was businesses I used to go around where I live that are no longer around thanks to COVID. But
Especially especially the businesses that started
excuse me.
like right in that time too.
But-
that
So
My huge fucking issue is the gaming industry fucking boomed boomed during COVID.
Yes, it did.
And now he's blaming COVID that people are getting laid off. COVID has ended, for me, like literally 2 or 3 years ago.
It pretty much will die down right about 2022, because at that point the numbers were so far low that it was no different than the flu.
But the problem is they hired the worst people who helped create games.
People with no with
People
talent.
that were, people that had no talent, and people that literally fucking had a degree and said that they can do shit, but they only brought their political agendas.
Yeah,
to
they
the
were
market.
not able to outperform. They were not able to perform.
But yet they couldn't do shit on a computer.
That is very true. Yeah, you hire people that could hype up. They were like saying, "Oh, I'm very good at this and this and that." And you hire them, and you get, what you don't want. There you go.
Well, my biggest problem is it's 2024, and this motherfucker can't understand that the gaming industry is not bad because of COVID. It's because you hired terrible people.
Exactly. Within. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I get your point on that.
Very much.
But then again, I blame the people that got hired, because what they had to do to get hired. If you're lying about something, like saying that you're good at doing something, but you don't know how to do it, I mean, that's going to bring a business down.
No, it's not because they're not qualified. It's because they bring their own political agenda to the gaming industry. That's why the gaming and media industry, like movies and stuff, are going downhill, is because, you're trying to make a game or movie, but you're going to bring your own biases into a neutral zone. And gamers hate that you're trying to change their culture.
Yeah, because
It's like, Henry Cavill is a huge Warhammer fan, and he played Superman, and he hates what is happening now. Warhammer is trying to change the lore. Well, not the Warhammer community, but the Wokies are trying to change his lore. This
why is
dude
that?
has. So Henry Cavill has one of the biggest armies on the planet when it comes to Warhammer 40K, because he is a millionaire.
I gotcha.
And they're trying to change the lore that he set up. It's like what happened with Witcher in Netflix. He quit Netflix because they kept trying to change him. Well, change character, the Geralt of Rivia.
Uh-huh.
And Henry Cavill's a nerd. Like, he's buff and shit, but he is a nerd.
So, G. McFly, your turn. What do you think? Based on what Jay said, what do you think?
Well, the whole COVID situation, I mean, the way I see it is, people spent more time at home because they weren't able to go out. So obviously, there was people actually didn't like sales on game consoles even went up on that. But then once everything started dying down, people started going back to work because life was getting back into shape. I feel like it was just a matter of being overemployed. But then, bringing in people with their own political agendas, I mean, that does have a lot to do with it as well.
That is true. So,
Right when COVID hit, I worked for Graveyard, like God, I'm trying to figure out the name that they call them, but the Graveyard people for Home Depot, the freighters, the freight team. We stock everything in the middle of the night during a graveyard. We had more business during COVID than everyone has ever seen in 60 years. Because everyone was buying materials to fix their houses because they couldn't go to work. So now you have people trying to fix their cabinets, you have people trying to actually build patios because they couldn't go to work. So they just found a way to, oh, hey, let's do stuff around the house that I've been talking about for 5 years.
Yeah, because now they had the time to do so because they were at home. You know, they don't have
Yeah.
to go travel out of their ways to be out of the house. I mean, a lot of people were even working from home. It happened to me. You know, when COVID hit, I was working from home for like about 2 months. We had one person in the office, and then everybody else worked remotely until things
Yeah.
started going. Started getting better. But then it got worse again, and then they sent us home. And then it's just the whole COVID dilemma, man. It was
No,
nuts.
I honestly, my biggest regret besides Bitcoin is I wish I invested into Home Depot before COVID hit.
Oh my god.
Because
yeah.
that cabinet that's kind of like not oblonged but like off center,
Mhm.
people were fixing that shit because they had nothing better to do.
Hey, you got to find something to keep you occupied.
Pretty much.
Nah,
so.
if I invested into Home Depot before COVID hit, I would have been at least $100,000 richer than I am right now.
Are you talking about stocks?
Oh yeah, stocks.
There you go.
No,
Yeah.
because everyone kept coming in to like buy shit to work on their house.
That is true.
I live in a suburban area, so it would have literally been a great opportunity.
Well, yeah, because like I said, I mean, not only that, but I remember myself. I mean, this happened. I mean, I don't know everybody else that worked from home within that time. There was times where you didn't even have to work your full shift.
Oh,
You
my
just work-
dad couldn't even get on a plane.
Yeah, I mean,
my
you couldn't
dad-
travel. You could only. I mean, certain places had like a curfew, and it's like you're home all the time and do something.
okay.
Fix
My
the
dad's
leaking sink.
My dad's an electrical engineer and he works for big companies like oil companies. He works for Amazon. He works for Walmart. He travels all the time to inspect their electrical work. And when he was at home, all he did was work on shit that he's been talking about for months. Oh, I'm going to fix this. Oh, I'm going to do that.
Because he had to find he had to find things to do with his time. Because I mean, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he just wouldn't want to be sitting down doing nothing when he could be doing
Well,
something.
often
he couldn't
what I
fly.
Keep his
do.
mind. You had to keep his mind, in that same state of mind,
Yeah.
working.
Well, I'll put it to you this way, and then I'm gonna take a quick break to go pee while you
Yeah.
guys have your little wagon, jagging, jerking.
No, we
session.
can go on to your next video.
I was gonna
Yeah, I
say,
would do that.
let me finish up. I'll let you guys finish watching the video, but I was gonna say I actually worked through the pandemic. I worked at Waffle House, and I can tell you right now, it was brutal. Even with all the COVID restrictions and everything, it was brutal. Because I worked the night shift, so
Yeah.
I thought a lot of people really came in because it wasn't
so
many
it's
places
not-
open.
No,
Yeah,
it's not just you. When I worked for Home Depot, I was in paint department. Do you know how fucking heavy a 5-gallon paint drum is?
Oh, I know. I've carried one. I will be right back, guys.
Imagine doing that twice
Go
a
for it.
week.
Yes, it starts. It starts to take a toll on you.
Well, not just one 5-gallon paint drum. I'm talking an entire pallet full of that shit.
And you had to move them one by one. You just get a pallet jack and move that. You have to stock everything.
Well, no, you have to take it off the pallet
Uh-huh.
and you have to push it to where it needs to go.
Didn't it have those special jacks?
Not for a 5-gallon paint drum.
Jesus.
No, you had to have either the full pallet was moved or you have to move it yourself.
Yourself with the other person, you know?
No, so I actually I actually had to go to a doctor.
Alrighty, I am
Be-
back. So let's finish
Yeah.
off this video so we
Jeez,
can.
man. Well, let me just finish out. Like I said, that will take a toll on you, man.
Let's see. We got about less than 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Especially paint department. I wish I was in the light bulb department.
Oh, geez, yeah, that.
On box is like maybe 2 pounds max. I wish I
especially-
carried that.
Especially those new LED ones,
Yeah.
the non-glass
no,
ones.
No, I'm talking full glass. Like an entire
traditional
100-pound
ones with the-
box. I wish I was in that department, not
Yeah,
the paint
exactly.
department.
Fair enough. Anyhow, let's finish this video because we only got about 4 minutes and 30
Yeah.
seconds. And then the next video
Yeah,
is
let's
another
go.
10 minutes. So let's beast mode this,
Yeah.
baby.
And they'll pay it
All right,
back
let's do it.
monthly. So they'll release a game and hopefully start paying it back monthly. It's all based on loans and rates and how much they can take in and how much they can put out. Now, when it comes to COVID, they all decided, why don't we all just get loans and just do these crazy projects? And, you know, obviously Sony thought live service games is the future because they had 12 of them in development. So you have to sit back and wonder why is this happening? Well, it's quite simple. We're saturated with AAA games that have so many things that are, I mean, I'm having a seizure thinking about this. And I'm not downplaying Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. It's an amazing, incredible game. But do we need 16 games a month that are like AAA developed with 500,000 things you can do in them, you know, 150 hours to complete? How is it possible as gamers to complete 3 of those in a month? It's just not sustainable. But when it comes to live service games like Helldivers 2, I can jump in a match and I can have so much fun that it completely overshadows everything else that's in my library at the moment.
I feel like corners were cut when that happened.
I feel like his Canadian accent came through on that one. Anyhow, to talk about it there.
How can I feel that? How can I feel that Helldivers made much more money than everything fathomable?
Well, I was going to
fucked that
say, oh my God. I guess you can call me rich because I'm applauding you. So, what I was going to say was, I can understand his point of view. Like, seriously, how many AAA games can one person really play? I understand having a huge backlog is awesome, but there's a type of effect that I'm trying to think of, and that effect is that when you get too many options, your brain shuts down because it can't really pick one. I forget what it's called. I'm trying to think of it. Hopefully, chat will be able to correct me. But I'm trying to think of the effect. But it's basically like too many options basically messes with your brain, and that's totally where I understand where he's coming from, and I agree with to an extent. However, it does kind of come off like
But
like you're because again, like the point he should have added to that was that it's not just because there's so many games, but it's because a lot of them are not
They were
good.
firing those out. Yeah, exactly.
No.
Like the way I see it there is because of the fact that they were pulling out so many games, corners were cut. You know, so by what I'm trying to say is if corners were cut on the newer games and the older games were better, it's because they were rushing these games out. And
no,
lost.
Go ahead, detective.
the big problem is AA games are overshadowing AAA games.
That's true.
I mean, I'll put it to you
It's-
this.
Yeah.
The-
Go ahead, AJ.
I was gonna say you finish, detective. I'm gonna finish the thought process in my head first before I'll say
No, but so like indie games are overshadowing AAA games because people don't want to play AAA games because they're like oversaturating the community with political ideology. That's the only reason why most average gamers are just opting out. They're just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not playing it.
They lose interest in it. It's just the same thing.
Like Saints Row Reboot. That's a AAA title, but yet they ruined it.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of people's thoughts on that.
lore caught people's attention, despite the fact there were so many continuity errors that Scott had to fix over the years because, to be honest, he didn't think the game was going to be popular, so he didn't write out a flush storyline. He talked about it in his retrospective when he retired from the franchise 3 years ago after numerous death threats came to him and his unborn child and his 3 other children because he
That's
is a
fucked up.
Republican.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why is because he voted Republican during the 2020 elections. But anyhow, that's besides the point. The
Well, but no, it's just ideology is making their way into video games and all the fan bases, which I'm totally fine if you make your own video game and you have your own political views, but don't take a major franchise that people grew up with
And trash
and
it.
then put your political views into it.
Yeah.
right.
Like Saints Row Reboot was the worst example of why you should not do that, and yet gaming industry people were like, oh, we're still gonna do it anyways. It's like, did you not see how bad that game turned out?
Yeah, a lot of people saw that and it did not end well for them. And gee, I
Or
can
for
imagine
like
why.
Halo 343 completely ruined Halo.
My God, man. Yeah, that's. I don't know, man. I don't even know how things even like that get even released.
Honestly, Halo Infinite, I will say it again, and I will say this live. It is literally fucking Far Cry in space.
That's right.
Let's continue on.
Why would I want to sit there grinding
With that.
an amazing AAA game, all these things, this, that, and that, then all of a sudden, what's this? Oh, here comes another 70, 80-hour game. What's it called? Final Fantasy Rebirth. Oh my God, how are you supposed to do this? It's not sustainable. So the backlogs build up. And in the meantime, why do you think Helldivers is doing so well? It's introduced one gameplay mechanic. That's it. Go down there, have a squad, shoot bugs and robots, have a blast doing it, get out. That's it. That's all it needs to do. The studio understands
That's the
that,
only
and that's
thing I
that.
agree
with
So
them.
that's my theory on
That's the
some of
only
why the
thing
industry
I
is
agree with
imploding.
them.
And lastly,
Yeah, the simplicity of the game.
backlogs. Let's talk about that quickly. I've got God knows how many games. I'll ask you guys. Let me know in the comment below, and I definitely will be reading those. How many people have these huge backlogs that just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger? And then also, let's just be honest here. How many games can you afford a month? I can't keep buying $100 games in Canada a month. Like Final Fantasy Rebirth, I desperately want to play.
Spend more
$100.
money
That
going to
WB
a
game,
movie
piece of
theater
shit,
than I do on
$100.
video games.
It just never ends. Infinite Wealth,
That is
$100.
true.
That's $300 on 3 games that's going to take 300 hours
Oh
to
no,
beat.
that's my
What about
one
the indie side of
luxury.
things? What about the small games like Helldivers? What about all of the games in the future? Am I supposed to be
I love that really vague answer. I just want to pause real quick to say that. What about all the games in the future? When you named Helldivers, why not name a couple of the other games? Why not use more examples? Why just Helldivers? I gotta
Well,
nitpick that.
Helldivers was a really good fucking game.
But it was more
It
than
still
just
is a good
Helldivers.
fucking game. Yeah, but Helldivers for like an indie game was really fucking good. It even beat Diablo 4.
I wonder why. Don't you guys have phones?
No, that was Diablo Immortal.
I'm talking about like.
Also, I told you that joke.
No, I remember that because I've watched the video about it.
No, the E3 where they were displaying Diablo Immortals.
Yeah, no, I watched.
I told you about that.
I said I watched Moist Critical's video about that because he went on a massive rant, and I would love to feature that video. I would love to feature some of his content and give our opinions about it. But anyhow,
Yeah, my opinion was, you guys just fucked up. You guys just hyped up the Diablo community, and then you just literally spit in all our faces.
yeah, they pretty much ruined 4, even though, from what I understand, 4 was really good. They pretty
Diablo
much
4 is
ruined it.
actually really good.
Well, I'm saying like they ruined it
Yeah,
as far
I
as
agree with
like,
that
the
one.
hype. But anyhow,
Yeah.
let's continue on because we are almost done.
Excited about that, or should I be playing this? And where should I be looking right now? Let's also get into one final thing, and that would be marketing. Xbox marketing team needs to be revamped, whether you like that or not.
Also,
They have
Sony
such
marketing needs to be
ridiculous
revamped.
announcements.
Every
that
one of
do-
them needs to
they
be
don't
revamped,
matter at this
except
point in
for
time.
Apple.
They
Apple's got
promise
it
this,
nailed.
they deliver this, they deliver this, and then
Because
they're
Apple doesn't
promising
need to
this.
do
It's
any
all over the
marketing.
place. It's
Mark Gurman
muddled.
does it for
It doesn't
'em.
make sense. I have to do
Yo,
research after
I
the
just like
announcement
my
to
iPhone.
see if what they have said is correct.
But,
And that is a problem.
like-
So hopefully we can turn this ship around, but it's
No,
not looking
fuck
good.
you, Jay.
I think we're just seeing the beginnings of the layoffs.
The problem
in
is,
2024. I'll
Sony does
definitely
the
be
same
covering this
fucking
into the
shit
future
Microsoft is
on the
doing.
channel here. And lastly, please subscribe to the channel if you like what I do here. I also live stream Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays.
He dropped Thursdays.
All of the info is in the underbar
Yeah,
and
he
the
did.
top pinned comment. And
Yeah.
once again, I just want to say
No.
thank you to everybody from Review Tech USA that came over here. I am working on the
Screw you,
live
Jay.
stream. I'm
Take a
working on my
shot.
channel. I'm working on getting
and
all of
screw you, Rich.
So, with that one done, we're going
It'll be a
to.
never-ending
No,
saga.
Apologies,
so
guys, for
when
having
it comes to
start that.
him, no, for the last time, when it comes to him, he only attacks Microsoft, but he doesn't realize Sony does the same fucking thing Microsoft is doing. Fuck that, dude.
So apologies to everyone watching the stream and going, "Oh my god, what the hell's happening?" I'm switching over to the next video, but all in all, on a scale of
Well, don't-
1 to 5 stars, how would you rate the video? I'll start with you, Detective.
Two.
You give it a 2-star.
I give it a 2 because he does have charisma, but literally most of the shit that he says is just so counterintuitive of what he's actually trying to point out.
this stuff.
I was trying to play the other one. There you go. Let me pull that on
Hi,
the screen.
what-
There you go. So that way it's not.
What
just a
about
blank
you,
one.
G McFly? What do you think?
Well, he did have a lot of good pointers on, certain circumstance of, situations with the gaming industry. Out of 5, I give it, I say 3.5.
And for me, I would have to say 3. To me, he's too vague on some of the points, and he hammers on he only uses one example. He doesn't use a lot of.
So he well, my biggest issue is he only goes after Microsoft, even though Sony does the same thing that Microsoft is doing.
Yeah,
But he
fair.
doesn't talk about Sony.
So we think is meth, basically. So it's not an epic video, but it's not a trash video. It's a meth video.
Yeah,
Meh,
that's fair.
meh.
Is basically what that means.
It's very
neutral.
cringe.
Fair enough. Fair enough. on
Yeah,
that
mutual.
aspect.
That I'll give it that. It's mutual.
But so this is the next one. This video is titled "EA Games is as greedy as ever," and I think the
Okay,
original title of it was "EA Games is the worst gaming company ever." I could be wrong, but that's what I
Actually,
remember.
I cannot deny that EA is terrible. They took off my Origin, so now I have to log in to EA.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up too. That the fact that yeah, I hate that.
I was gonna,
No, I tried playing fucking Star Wars, the Fallen Jedi, whatever. And I had to
Return of the Fallen
disconnect
Jedi.
my Origin. No, I had to delete Origin from my entire computer and install EA.
Yeah, that's dumb.
yeah, totally fucking stupid. So let's start the video, and I'll bring up some points of why I think Activision Blizzard actually is the worst.
Yeah, it's
Frat boy party with tons of sexual violence and assaults, lack of discipline.
Okay, I'm down with frat boy humor. Like, I grew up with Rockstar
see-
Gaming.
Well, see, I'm not talking about frat boy humor. What I'm talking about is sexually violating your coworker and your boss not doing a damn thing about it.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
talking
that
about.
is fucked up.
And not only that, but you get fired for it too.
Yeah. Well, depending on who you work for, because I work for a company, women actually have a better advantage because they suck the bosses. You know what?
Oh my!
yeah, I can contest to that, man. I mean, my last job that I had, we would get someone new, but yeah, go ahead.
So AJ, I told you about this one woman that got pissed off at people that smelled like weed.
Yeah, I recall that
For
story.
you, G McFly, I got in trouble by supervisors at my job just because I smell like weed a little bit. Like, it's not like I just smoked a joint and walked into work. I just smell like weed, and they got all pissed off and fucking yelled at my boss because I smell like weed. One of our supervisors got high on meth and let her kid drown in a bathtub.
What the?
Also,
Oh
it
my.
turns out my boss told me today that she's a supervisor and she fucked the owner of the franchise.
Yeah, that'll get you
Oh.
up there.
Yeah, that will do it.
That's
That will do it.
that's the drag ship to the top right there, man.
But
Yeah.
because I'm a dude and I smell like weed, I'm
Yeah, like-
the bad person.
Unless they're accusing you of, I mean, of actually like smoking within that same time. But I mean,
No,
I don't know.
so I do smoke weed at work, but I have a medical card.
mhm.
But there's this one woman, she has been transferred 7 times now because she has a coke habit and she stole money from the company.
Oh my!
And she's- wait, what?
She still works there. She still works.
And has this ever been, brought upon?
Yes, it has, and they just transfer her.
What the fuck? Why would they? Well, that company's obviously.
But yet, me smelling like weed is a problem.
But then again, I mean, if that person had a Coke addiction, I mean, can you even smell that within the person?
Well,
No.
no, they can't smell it, but she's stealing money from the company, and yet
That's-
me smelling like a little bit of weed in Colorado is an issue.
That should already be an automatic, termination. Not only that, depending on how much she's stolen, that could also be a
Well,
lawsuit.
the problem is, when I do show up for work, I do my job, and I do it very well. But
I'll give you that. If you do that, you finish your task and everything's done and everybody's
No.
happy, then
I've worked with her multiple times. Every hour she goes to the bathroom.
Gee, I wonder
Every
why.
single hour. And
I
yet me
wonder why.
smell like a little bit of weed is a problem. And I didn't even smoke that day. It was in my backpack because I always have a stash in my backpack because it's for medical use.
I don't know what would
I don't
trigger
know
her
what
to
to tell
even
you,
be that
brother.
dumb.
But let's
Yeah,
No,
get
well,
on with the video.
no, it's just fucked up.
it is.
But-
You know,
Today I'm going to talk about everyone's favorite gaming company, EA.
EA's
Teardrop.
EA Sports. It's in the
wait.
game.
Wait. I'm gonna,
Why
I'm
why
gonna
does he
copy-
always play depressing music?
I was gonna do
I
rich
feel
stuff.
like-
You're very authentic.
He really needs a teardrop every time he fucking does that shit. Especially with the black and white.
No, look at that face right there. That face right there looks like the face of regret.
No, he looks like a man with no will to live.
I know,
He actually
right?
looks like he's looking at something interesting.
I wonder.
No, he's like contemplating life and being like, is it worth it?
I wonder why he wears a hat all the time. Maybe because he's balding.
I swear to God that's a fucking wig. I swear to God it's a fucking wig.
I don't recall if he had a stream where he actually took it off. Maybe he did, but like it was like for a split second, and I don't
I
think
know
he
he,
swear it's a
I know
wig,
he
dude.
makes wigs. I know he makes wigs and he sells them and he uses them for studio. Rents them
No,
out to
but
studios.
I swear to God that's a wig.
A lot of people
Yeah.
say it's a wig. He says it's
Yeah,
his
a lot of-
natural hair.
correct. Yeah, a lot of people always say that, but I mean,
But so allegedly it's his real hair, but he has hair dye. But I swear to God it's a wig.
I suppose there's only one way to find out, and that's if he ever
It's
takes his
too
hat off.
unnatural.
I mean, the truth is stranger than fiction.
yeah, but like I
Well,
said, I could
okay.
recall him streaming, and I think he took it off for a split second, but I don't think he was bald. I mean, I could be wrong.
Well, he could have been balding, but I swear to God, it really looks like a wig.
It possibly could be. Who knows? Anyhow, let's move on with the video.
Before I get into talking about my favorite gaming company, I'm just going to say thank you again so much for the support I've seen on the channel and on the live streams. I've got a schedule down below Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I just want to say real quick, I'm pretty sure if Jay ever sees this, and there's a good chance he will probably unfriend my ass very quickly and give me a lovely
Oh
letter
no!
about how he
Oh,
hates me.
Okay. If he does see this, AJ has no part in this. It's just my personal opinion. I swear to God, that's a wig.
Well, to be fair, I'm the one live streaming it.
Well, no, his followers might attack me, but they don't know where I live. Well, they know the state that I live, but yeah,
There's a lot of people in that state.
there's no way they're gonna find me.
And hopefully it stays that way. And let's see.
Hopefully. If not, I'm going to court.
I
Go
guess,
get an early restraining order.
no, the
Oh hell no! Once they step on my property, I'm gonna start whooping ass.
That's right.
It'll be like this.
Inform you that
I won't shoot them if they're outside my porch, but I will beat the shit out of them.
Jay will get fired again.
Oh wow.
But just look at the hair. The hair, like, doesn't even match his sideburns. Like, I can see over his ear on this fucking freeze frame, and it doesn't look like it was dyed.
I doubt it, but that's how I felt.
Well, I can see it in full screen.
I'm having too much fun with the soundboard. Let's keep going.
I'll be streaming on this
Take
channel.
that hat off.
Times are below. And of
Take
course,
it off.
during Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday,
Oh my-
I
Take
think
it off.
someone, if I remember correctly, I think there was someone on one of his live streams saying that they will pay him a certain amount to take it off, and I don't even know if that ever went through.
No, they didn't pay him, but I know what you're talking
No,
about.
I'm just saying, take that hat off. Just
Well,
take
yeah.
the hat off, and if I could see the hair dye mixing in with his natural hair, then I will say it's real. But based on
Until
his
then.
sideburns right above his ears, I swear to God, that is a wig.
Well, we can't confirm nor deny.
I love the take the hat off because you said it so sensually. Like, yes,
Take it
Jay,
off.
Take
Take it off.
baby boy.
Just take it
over.
off.
Take it off, Jay.
Because side.
Yeah, it's
I'll
like,
pay you $50 to take that off.
yeah, take that hat off.
I'm telling you, that's exactly what on that stream that I'm talking about. There
Oh
was
my God.
someone.
No, wait.
See,
It's
how
like-
much to take it off? And
Wait,
I think he
wait.
said it was like $5,000 or something like that.
Wait.
No, I'm not gonna pay
$5
$5,000 to show that he has a wig.
No, but he was just messing around.
Oh, it's like
Nah,
this.
$50. Take
I'm
that
just-
hat off.
Wait. I'm just picturing. I'm picturing this. I'm picturing Ones and Coco just be and it's like, and Ones being all like, yeah.
One's
take that
being like,
off,
"How
Jay."
dare you?" No, I feel like One's is that kind of dude that's, "How dare you say that?" He doesn't have to prove himself to you.
I mean, I can't argue against it. Normally, I
Well,
would
just
defend
take
people.
the hat off, Jay. Take the fucking hat off.
I
Show us your
I-
real fucking
I need to
hair.
clip this. I'm gonna, because I'm recording it at the same time too. I'm gonna clip this spot. I'm gonna post it,
Take your hat off.
and I'm gonna tagline it. Jay, take your hat off. And I'll
Or
tag.
just Jay take
and
it
I'm
off.
gonna tag him in it.
then
I'm gonna
point
go
the
to
hat.
every platform, and I'm gonna tag his ass. In the video, just to
Oh my
see.
god, I have an evil laugh too. That's even funnier.
Oh shit.
Let's continue.
we'll be working on videos for this channel. So thank
I
you
think
so
Jay
much for the
might be
support.
watching the stream
Also, I got
right
some
now.
feedback. People are saying that
'Cause the
yes, I
viewership
should
just
do
went
news
up.
stories
That
here
would
and
be
there if they're
funny as
major
hell,
news.
too.
But also on Wednesdays, I'll be doing a recap of all the major news
just
out
to
of
make
that
sure.
week. And it'll be a long video talking about everything that
Oh,
happened
God,
rather than just
someone's
having
making a
individual
video
videos for
against
smaller
Jay.
stories. So thank you for that feedback, and I'll see you guys tonight at
Well, what if
5
it's Once?
p.m.
Maybe Once is
EST on the
watching.
channel, where we're going to further talk about
you,
this discussion
Once.
I'm having right now to myself in a room alone. By the way, Tom Nook, that's his actual body.
Ah, shit.
It's full of blood. So of course, as I made yesterday,
were trying to make it PG-13, apparently this is
smart
adult
idea that we
only.
jump on the bandwagon
Yeah.
here
At this
and
point.
fire 670 employees.
I think we passed that-
And while we're
that
at it,
threshold.
let's also
Yeah, I'm pretty
cancel
sure I'm
the
so far
Star Wars game
demonetized, it's not even
that
funny.
was kind of leaked
Well, no,
to a
you weren't
certain
even
degree.
monetized, so you're not
So-
losing anything.
So yeah, guys, if you want to support content like this, make sure you join the Patreon. Yes, I was totally gonna make that. It's in the comments. It's also tagged in the video. If you want to send me tips through Streamlabs, I would appreciate it. Other than that, let's continue on with the video.
Which was going to be based on The Mandalorian. It was a first-person
viewership just
shooter.
went up again.
Not too many details are really out and about on that game, so we don't really know
gonna be
exactly
screen
what the
capping.
game was going to be. But there are a few
Possibly.
statements that EA made that are kind of interesting, and it's what I said in yesterday's
I have
video.
a
It's
feeling
about
I'm
the
gonna get canceled when I
Fortnite.
wake up after I go to
You
bed.
know,
No, you're
formula.
not.
It's,
No, you're
everybody
not.
wants to copy that.
We're
So
keeping
let
it
me
within
get to what
fun, you know,
EA
we're
said
not really,
yesterday, and then I'll give you my take on
taking shots
everything
at
that's
Jay
happened.
like me.
Yeah, we're not being offensive,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we are making
EA's gonna get
jokes.
grilled on this one. Here's what the CEO said.
They're
in a
friendly
public
jokes.
letter
Off,
to-
Jay. Take the
Listen, they're
hat off.
They're friendly, you know, jokes. You know, we're not going that far on this, man. I mean, if people take
Yeah.
it too personally,
Well,
then
also,
that's
we're not
different.
personally attacking him.
Exactly.
We're
They're
just
not
saying
personally
take the
attacking
hat off.
It's just Jay. Can you just take
Take
your
the
hat
hat
off?
off.
But I mean, let's go.
Show us the hair.
I can't stop laughing.
I'm sorry, but his hair, literally, I swear that's a fucking wig.
Hashtag take the hat off, Jay. I'm putting that in the comments. I'm putting that in the comments.
Staff on Wednesday. Wilson wrote, EA is moving away from development of future licensed IPs that we do not believe will succeed in the changing industry. Instead, we'll focus on owned IPs such as their sports games and massive online communities. And that goes to what I was saying in yesterday's video with the whole Fortnite situation
EA
with
Sports.
Epic Games deciding to
Take the
take
hat off.
Fortnite in a new direction by making it an even more
Oh, I wasn't expecting that one. You got me off guard with that.
Oh my god, that was funny. That caught him off
Oh
guard as
god,
much
I
as,
sound like a villain.
That's cringe.
that caught him off the same way that Phil's camera caught him.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole
Well,
time.
I didn't even know.
That's snort, man. I swear that's funny.
Hey,
Yeah.
EA
I think I
Sports.
think I have a sound clip of him. I'll send it to you, AJ.
Oh yeah, send it to me.
God, you need to clip that for the EA Sports. Take the hat off.
Oh, I will.
I could try.
Trust me, because I'm recording the
EA
video.
Sports. Take the hat
Oh,
off.
okay. Yeah.
All right.
Oh god, I'm a terrible human.
Oh Lord. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break.
Yeah, go for it.
And
Go
you
for it,
guys
man.
discuss how you feel about Jay and his hat and his alleged wig. and will be right back.
I
just
personally don't
like
have a
Jay.
I want to put this out there. Like, I don't have a problem with Jay. Like I said, I support what he does. You know, I don't talk negative.
Okay.
Same with Rich. But there are times and people, like, I see him on the chats too. Like, people in
Oh.
chats, they say stupid shit sometimes to him.
Okay.
And
So my problem with Rich and Jay is I watched Yellow Flash, I watched Griffin Gaming, I watch It's a Gundam. And the problem that they always show is that Jay and Rich always defend Sony. They never want to talk shit about Sony. Like the Sony vice president got arrested for being a pedophile.
Mhm.
And like they don't act like Sony has issues. Like they love talking about how Microsoft spent a bunch of money and then they scrapped a project. But they really don't like talking about how Sony put a bunch of money into a project and then just said fuck it.
yeah, well,
Well, no,
I'm not very
it's just
big
they
on all
always
that.
like attacking Microsoft, which they never attack Sony. Which, by the way, both of these dudes, Jay and Rich, have in the past literally cried that Sony was making their games onto PC.
I did get a glimpse on that. You know, they were a little
Rich.
upset.
Was the worst.
He took it. I feel like he took it too personal on that.
Well, no. He said, "Well, how's it supposed to be a PlayStation exclusive if you're gonna make PlayStation, PC players play it
Well, if I
too?"
do recall, I forgot who I was watching at the time, but they may just stop making consoles all to begin with because they're technically just PCs now.
Okay, so consoles are for like fanboys,
Mm-hmm.
but the
Correct.
problem is the games.
The
The problem
exclusives.
with the games, well, when it comes to exclusive games, is you can no longer archive that game.
Yeah.
So
and then
on
they're going,
PC,
they're going
it-
digital.
well, okay. So let's imagine they revamped Killzone. or the Resistance series, and they ported it to PC, those games would live on forever.
Yeah, that's
They
true. I
would-
mean,
Well, also, they would sell more copies.
yeah, because now you're opening up to other platforms.
But then once games get older, they're no longer forgotten. They're always going to be able to be archived.
Unless it's like an online game too as well. I heard about that too. Like, all
Well,
the older
I'm
games.
talking about like Infamous, Resistance, and the Killzone series.
Oh, okay.
Those games, if they went to PC, can now be archived and saved forever.
That's true.
Microsoft is now making games more exclusive, especially because they own the PC market.
Hmm.
Those games will live on forever. It's like Fallout 3. Fallout 3 was for Windows XP. You can get Fallout 3 on Steam because it's now archived. It's literally in the system forever.
Yeah, that's kind of cool that they did
Or
that.
like GTA Vice City or GTA 3. You can play them on PC, but the hardest thing to do is you have to destroy, well, not destroy, but you have to deny access to your cores, your processing cores.
Yeah, I mean, because they're. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, like Vice City, I had to limit my cores to one core because it was spreading so much data so fast that it started having
It wasn't
glitches.
stable. Yeah, it wasn't stable. Yeah, they weren't built at that time. I mean, all the stuff that's built now, obviously from the past, they don't run it. But then there are
Yeah.
things you have to change to keep it within. Like it was like back in the days, like back in
Well,
like the MS DOS areas. Like you put a faster processor, like going from
Yeah.
like 33 to 66, megahertz. It'll speed up a game quickly, and that's when they had those turbo buttons.
Yeah.
Which now
Well,
it's like.
for Vice City, I had 13 cores running, and I had to limit it to one core because it was spreading so much data. I could not work my keyboard or mouse. So the lower my cores went, the better it performed, and I limited to one main core.
That's just
And,
weird, though. I mean, I don't understand.
Well, but
how
I
it-
could still play an old game that is obsolete, but it's still archived to where I could. And then there were people online saying, oh, well, you can download this program, but I rather go the safer route was just make your cores less demanding.
that or just
Well, guys,
emulation.
I am back, so let's continue on with the video.
Let's go.
This fucking
immersive
dude.
community by introducing that Lego
Hey,
expansion
man,
and
you
also
hate
the
him as much
Rocket
as you
League
hate
car
Rich.
game, which I played
Why
once.
does he
and
love
didn't play ever
Lego so
again.
much?
He went on to say, "We are also leading through an accelerated industry transformation where players
I hate the background because it's
Lego
screwing with my eyes.
expansion.
It's screwing.
He
with my
always
eyes.
talks about Lego expansion.
I legitimately hate the background because it's bothering my eyes at the moment. Let's go.
needs and motivations have changed significantly," which is true. So I'm not going to knock him on that. The needs of gamers have changed, but I think a lot of these companies are reading into it a little too far. Fans are increasingly engaging with the largest IPs and looking to us to broaden experiences where they can play, watch, create content, and forge deeper connections. Our industry exists in the cutting edge of entertainment, and in today's dynamic environment, we are advancing the way we work and continue to evolve our business. Now, EA's entertainment and technology president had this to say about the canceled Mandalorian first-person shooter. As we've looked at Respawn's portfolio over the last few months, what's clear is the games our players are most excited about are Jedi and Respawn's rich library of owned IPs. Now, what I find interesting about all of this-
hang on. Why is he talking about the Mandalorian shooter when literally no one has any idea what the fuck he's talking about?
I didn't even know they had one. And oh, by the way, just
No,
to let
they have
everyone in the chat
Outlaws.
know that I am posting the videos, links to the videos that we are using that we are reviewing in a sense.
Okay. So, they have a Star Wars Outlaws that came out, which is a bounty hunter game, and it flopped terribly.
It did. I researched that.
But why is he saying that it's a Mandalorian shooter? Because there is no talks about a Mandalorian game. It was the Outlaws game.
Well, you have to remember at the time this video was made, it was being rumored that it was going to be the Mandalorian game.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, the teaser trailer showed a female bounty hunter that's like female solo, being an outlaw, and that
This
has
video was
nothing to do with Mandalorian.
Again, this video was made in 2022 or 3. When did Jay get fired?
Oh no, no, that's when Outlaws first released their trailers was 2022.
No, it's only been 2 months. That's right. He was fired at the beginning of this year.
No, but in 2022, the Outlaws game was already previewed. The only problem is the more details that came out with the Star Wars Outlaws game made it even worse.
Oh, by the way, Detective, I was right. That's a wireless.
Wireless.
Yeah, I was gonna point that out too. Like right there, the mic that he's got. I told you it was wireless.
Oh, so he has a wire connector to his collar.
Where?
It's right on his chest. I can see it.
So he poked the hole through his shirt just to put the mic on the outside.
Oh no, it's a clamp like a pen, but it's a plastic clamp instead of one of those
Well,
metal pens.
Let me research it real quick. But carry on.
That is a collar clamp.
Yeah. That we're not denying. What we're talking about is there's no wire running from it to a receiver. It has its own built-in receiver.
No, it runs
I
down
think it's
his shirt.
Bluetooth.
No, it runs down his shirt into a battery
look
pack.
up the device, and we'll find out for certain.
I'm looking at it. Actually, I'm looking at it right now. Looking at so it's the DJI mic, the 2TX plus 1R. Well, that's just the charger.
It has to
this
go
one
to
right
his
here-
charging
No.
pack. on
There
the
is no charging pack. It's got a built-in battery. It comes with a charger and it comes with extra batteries. Well, no, is it extra?
So it's like
batteries?
a Bluetooth for microphones.
Yeah.
Taking a closer look. 15 hours. So it's got a 15-hour battery, magnet attachment, and
Oh,
if
he's got a fucking Raycon for mics.
and
Pretty
it's got
much so.
oil. It says that it's got an OLED touch screen. I mean, I could be looking at the wrong model here. You know what?
No,
I
it's
might
not
be.
an LED.
This one looks a little bit newer than the one that he's got on there. But then again, I can't.
Apple iPod onto.
One, it says it's 8 gigs of
That all of these companies seem to invest and engage into with our friends, because what happens when one I'm going to be in
Okay,
Indiana
as a-
Jones
Base.
He was in what's it called? The Rocket Man for Disney. He was all like bring that up, but the movie is called Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh,
He's
I know.
the Tom Green, the tall idiot kind of dude.
Okay, just real quick on the mic that he's got. If it's the one that I'm looking at, it says wireless transmission. Enjoy. Okay, so it says wireless convenience. The DJI mic system is wirelessly connected via stable 2.4 gigahertz frequency band. Which
Pack.
no, the battery's built into it. Oh, it's not
Okay.
He pack wire
No.
on his hip.
a mic, like an actual small little like
Yeah.
one of those little
So-
clip-on mics. But no,
okay.
the one
I-
that he has, it's completely
It's a
wireless, and
magnet.
the battery's inside.
Connection to a receiver. The receiver is built into the microphone itself, and it uses.
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth.
It's not Bluetooth.
It's not
They don't
Bluetooth.
use Bluetooth. We do not use Bluetooth
No.
in the music industry. It's
Well,
actually
not the
considered-
software, but
No,
it-
frequencies, the same kind of radio
does.
frequencies that airplanes use, but it's not on the same frequency waves. It's the same technology. It's called radio
Yeah.
technology now. It's a similar
It says,
style connection, just
It
different
says here the
protocols.
250 M
So-
wireless transmission.
Yep, that's the standard frequency.
instead of being
most folks
direct, it goes based on Wi-Fi.
have. No, it goes based on
No,
the radio,
radio
waves.
frequency.
So what happens
Yeah.
when he turns
Well,
on
that's
the
what a Bluetooth is.
No, as stable as radio frequency is. And three, again, as someone who works in the music business, I know a lot about this stuff.
Okay, so I'm talking to you on a Bluetooth wireless network.
No, Bluetooth and radio wireless is two different things.
Things. Two
So I have a
completely different technology.
USB. Okay,
That's the-
so I have a USB connected to my computer, and my headset is wireless.
I would assume that would be if your computer does not already come with the built-in wireless card. So if you have a USB, that's
No,
the
I have
receiver.
a Astro 20 second gen into my computer.
So that is the receiver that connects directly to your headset. I mean, depending on what kind of wireless frequency it uses, whether it's Bluetooth, most likely it's going to be Bluetooth because gaming headsets are Bluetooth by default at times. The one that I'm looking at here it's the Logitech one. USB connector is the receiver to that unit.
Yeah, so he would have a
yeah.
little
Well-
waves there. It's picking up from its receiver built into it. It would send those radio waves over a certain frequency, 250 hertz, which then the receiver box connected to his computer or to the camera, depending on how he has it set up, is then picking up those waves and recording it into whatever. Thanks to my brother Wolfgang, who is a audio and video engineer, bachelor's degree in both, taught me like this. Radio wave frequencies work in the same way that like your phone towers. You know how your phone sends out signals to receive and make calls? That's the similar.
Where it's wireless, but yet there's a
It's-
thumb.
Because your headset is not Bluetooth. It uses the same 2.4 exactly.
Oh yeah, I
that's
used to have the first gen of Astro 20s, but I went to
Those
the
were
second
probably
gen.
Bluetooth. I mean, those could be
Those
Bluetooth.
had a huge box and my computer with. Now it's just I just put in a thumb drive and boom, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Real quick, are the pads on yours blue or green?
The pads on my headset or
Yeah,
the thumb
the
drive?
headset. No, like on the headset, like the cushion pads. Because apparently, what I see here on Logitech's website for the A20s, if it was green,
Black and white.
obviously black and white.
wanna
My
see-
Yes.
ear pads are black and the actual frame is white.
PCM.
It looks like his girl, like he walked. You know how like.
Oh my god.
It looks like he walked
So-
in on his girlfriend naked while she was showering. He's just
No,
like, "Aw."
it looks like he just did a shit ton of acid and now it's kicking in.
Wow.
Like it's been like an hour and a half and now it's like finally peaking.
And
He's peeking.
and I should animate or like Photoshop.
Also,
it
his
for
eyes
you.
are so tiny. Why is his eyes tiny?
I think that's because of the glasses.
Oh god. Even his eyebrows just look like he's plucked them.
He probably does.
Yeah, but he won't do shit about that beard and the hair.
I think he
Take the
takes
hat off. Jay, take the hat off.
Oh, I can't hold that one in. Okay, so I did a little bit of research looking at all three for both.
So the set is the logo, the A20
Logo, okay.
logo.
So if it's, I mean, based on what I'm seeing here, so you got the Xbox version, which obviously works on a PC. It still uses the same wireless 2.4 gigahertz frequency. Now, if it would have been Bluetooth, and if your PC came with the built-in, Bluetooth, what do they call it?
I had the. So as soon as I installed the thumb drive, I was able to access the Astro 20s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because the only reason why is because, like I was trying to say, is 0.2 or something like that. I think they're up to what, 5.2 or something like that.
5.3 right now.
5.3, right? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, if it's Bluetooth, you don't have to use the dongle. Based on my experiences with both Bluetooth and non-Bluetooth headsets. Now, since yours is not Bluetooth, it's still wireless on the newer systems. So you have to use that little USB dongle to receive that that frequency, and that's what allows you to connect
on his microphone.
Yeah. So just to clarify, since it's not Bluetooth, because
he's using a dongle.
He's using a dongle to pick up
to see what else
supposed to be
he has
doing
to
and
say.
reviewing the video, because I have not
going to play out when it comes to IPs, when it comes to licensing their own.
The Lion King, but the main lion, I forget what his name is gay.
I thought they already did that with the live action.
No, they're remaking a live action, but God, what's his? No.
Yeah, Mufasa. No, it's not Mufasa.
No, Mufasa was his dad.
Oh, give me one second.
Are you talking about the movie that they're making?
No, they're remaking a Lion King, which failed. They're remaking a live action one with the main lion cub from the Lion King, but he's gay now.
Well,
failure territory. Like, even your first live action sucked, now you're literally trying to re-ring. But yes, they're making against gay people. But
this comes off like it's so I just want to clarify that we are just simply stating it feels like as pandering rather than actually trying to
make your own story
or even make it original. But
no, he was talking the main character gay.
He's for so let's just completely cut the bullcrap. So when it comes to the unique IPs,
like, yeah, no, you're gonna cut creators that you hired and say they're expendable, even though you.
It seems a bit off to me, honestly.
Like Jay, yeah, he's a really nice person, but he has some really bad takes.
That is the second video hasn't really made me that interested either. But let's keep going.
This is my first reaction. Is just like even more. I kind of feel like he's even worse of a person. Well, no, I'm just telling the truth.
You're talking, on what you feel, but
I'm talking on what he is saying. And yeah, no, the media industry doesn't want pandering. The media industry, the customers come first. Not the CEOs, not the investors. The investors are actually even more mad because they're losing money.
Yeah. They're not either that or they took a pay cut.
Well, no, investors don't take pay cuts.
No, they don't.
Either you give them profits or they hate you and they're going to pull out.
That is
lucky
true.
to even break
it.
All right.
Yeah. So let's keep going. We're almost done. We are almost done. We are 2 hours and we are 3 hours. 3 hours we've been streaming. That is
Nah, we
impressive.
can keep doing this.
The artists that work at this studio,
Well,
they're
not
really
forever.
the
I'm gonna
bottom.
wa-
All they really care about is the shareholders. Now, even though they're saying we're cutting back now, we're trimming the fat, listen to us. Don't pay attention to all this negativity, shareholders. We're doing the right thing here. We're going to put more money in your pocket by saving money, by cutting ties with the fat. And I can promise you in 8 to 12 and say, we are amping up the studios. We are going to deliver a AAA. And lastly, I just want to say this. When EA makes $1.4 billion in 2023, you have to understand.
What's it called? With the increase in cost of living.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it's just, I don't know. Oh no!
You saw the picture, didn't you?
Send it to me. Like I said, send
And that's
it to
the
me.
Tom Green that I was talking about. He had his own show too, and his fucking song
my
went like that.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
God.
let's move forward.
Look at his face
I'm
right
sorry. I just
Actions say they wanted to hit 10% for the profit margin and they only hit 7.8. Well, guess what? That is a failure. How is it a failure? Capitalism. Even though it's the most money they've
honestly 710 would be an 8.
I love how he blames
what?
capitalism.
Honestly, he just needs to honestly just tone it down a little bit.
Because again, so what is the argument here? What are you arguing? You stated in the video.
Yet capitalism, when the consumer can actually demand shit, oh, that's bad.
I
know
feel
that.
like EA was just hiring a group of people, getting them to do a certain amount of work until the work actually started to come to an end, and then
Well-
getting rid of them.
Well, no, they fucking hate off your customers.
And that's when
So-
you make a game, and you don't.
Here fucking says, oh, capitalism is the problem, when capitalism literally makes the industry.
The whole U.S. and we'll talk about how great socialism is. I'm like, if that
Actually, Russia,
why their economies are in the state that they're in.
well, but because of socialism and communism, most of the government took the money.
Yeah, whereas
Computer in Russia, which turned out to be a millionaire, but yet Russia took most of his money. Up, dude. Literally, capitalism is paying your fucking bills.
that is very much so true. He
For me, and says, "Oh yeah, capitalism is destroying the gaming industry."
enough, and we're also getting a little choppers in this video. Oh, we're also right at the end. So
Before I get
Yeah,
pissed
2
off
minutes.
again.
let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one right on up. So, what was every 5 stars? What would you rate it as?
I'll give him a 1 because he calls out the gaming industry, but yet he's minus really the consumer actually does have a say in shit.
The classic phrase "vote with your wallet." So 1 out of 5.
No,
Well, that's,
he just literally thinks that consumers have no power.
right. And Professor Review McFly USA, aka Rich. What would you rate the video?
I kind of have to agree a little bit with Detective on this one, just because of the whole capitalism thing. I mean, I don't have much input to say on this, just based on, I don't think this is quite, reviewable. I will give it a 1.
Let's see. Overall, I think personally, before I say the rating, I'm gonna give my final opinion of it, and then we'll end the video here. We'll end the stream here with that. And one final plug for me. because it's all about me.
Yeah, no, literally, that's all he talks about is, oh, me.
Well, that is true. But anyhow, well, I mean, that's what most streamers do anyhow, which I suppose was your point to that. But that's not the point of this.
Well,
What-
except for you. Like, you actually listen to us, like, talk shit about this dude.
Fair enough. But my point being with this is that you're talking about how greedy the corporation is. Why didn't you bring up a lot of the different things they were going to do that they got sued over? Why don't you bring up a lot of how they treated their employees? If you're going,
Or the
if you're going to state that
vice
they're evil,
president.
yeah, if you're going to state they're greedy, if you're going to state they're evil, state the reasons why. Don't just say the gaming industry in general. You're talking about the one corporation. Talk about the one corporation. Talk about what they did. Go in depth. Because what are they going to do? Sue you? Well, that just proves how horrible they are, because now they're trying to deny
but
you.
he signed NDNAs. Yeah, he signed NDNAs not to talk shit about certain companies.
Yeah, overall, I think a little bit more research and sticking to the actual, EA
point of
Verifiable. Sony, which he literally, Jade loves to protect Sony, had one of their vice presidents shown on a Predator Catch YouTube wearing a PS5 shirt.
I heard about this one.
To explain that to the audience, Skeeter Gene, because I was able to verify this.
It was also Predator Poacher.
I think
God, it wasn't just Skeeter Gene, but it was with Skeeter Gene and someone else in New York.
Alex Rosen, I think. But anyhow, that's
No, not Alex Rosen. It was someone else. But yeah, Sony got in a lot of trouble because one of their VPs was a pedophile.
Alleged, we should say.
Alleged.
Well, he got caught.
The case is still ongoing.
Until the case is closed, then we'll know the actual.
Because I would like to not get sued. Anyhow, the point being here, I'm going to again tie it back to what I was saying earlier. Instead of talking about the gaming industry as a whole, when you state something like EA is the most greediest corporation in the world or the most evil corporation in the world, about a corporation like that, he not only states in the title, but he goes over multiple reasons with sources and everything why he thinks they're the most evil corporation. And I feel like we, the audience, we want to see you talk about that. But so with all that in mind, I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna say it's trash, basically, and everyone here agrees that it's trash.
I just hate the fact that he talks about NDAs a lot, which shows maybe he's not a good guy. Like, maybe he's paid off to say whatever he says.
But keep it within a boundary, too. Don't give out too much.
It is a
Well,
possibility.
no, he always says, "Oh, I'm under an NDA."
So, with all that in mind, and Jay McFly is going to get banned from his Discord in less than 2 hours tops. I appreciate everybody coming out into the stream tonight and showing out love and support. If you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Like I said, hit the Patreon up so you can join the Discord. And we're going to be having movie nights every Friday night, so make sure you're there for that. This Sunday, I'm planning on doing a drumming stream or a gaming stream. I have not quite decided yet. We will see when it rolls around.
I'm waiting for the death threats.
This was a fun live stream.
Yeah.
Wish there wasn't too many technical difficulties.
And honestly, everyone calls me Randall because I call shit when I see it. Like, you can't bullshit a bullshitter.
I have a hand.
Thank you.
There you go. And to the detective, Irish, I appreciate you joining me on the stream. Here's a clap for you as well.
Anytime.
I have been your host, Judge Horror. I'm just kidding. I've been your host, AJ Timms. I hope you all enjoyed the stream, and I'm stealing this one from Rich because I actually like it.